welcome back to Tyranny of Dragons, Session 3. Here we have our lovely, lovely, wonderful players who are going to be undergoing the world's most devious encounters. But for now, they are safe in the keep. And just as a quick reminder of what we have been through already, it's important to remember that the party last time attempted to save people from a raided temple, and to an extent you succeeded. The people did come out safe, even if you managed to come out with a few less heads than you came in first with. The party managed to also regain into their fold another of their troop after being fought off by Governor Nighthill, who gave his life to let Aiden back into the party. With that in mind, the players now finishing their long rest awake in the next morning, refreshed, restored, renewed in vigor, and ready to continue their venture into finding out the plot of the Cult of the Dragon and what was their purpose for raiding Greenest. So, you all awake in the morning. Eurus, you are the first one to be caught by the morning day sun light, and you open up your windows from the keep's dorms to find yourself looking over on a burned and broken Greenest.
Are there any people outside that I can see right now?
Yes, there is a group of people. You can see a woman and a man together with 3 children. They are looking over the remains of what was once a house, and you see the man is currently picking up rubble, trying to dig into the remnants. The rest of you also wake up, Dust and Aiden.
Dust taking in that yesterday happened. There was many losses of people who he barely knew, innocents, and the weight of it's really just weighing down upon him. He was also badly injured, and he rises slowly and just wonders what to do.
Aiden is taking a morning player and just reflecting on the last couple of days and what went wrong.
Very well. As you are taking in the scenery, I'm assuming you're also preparing for the day, performing your morning routines and rituals. Just something to really, get yourselves prepared for the day. You descend from the keep to come face to face with the Castellan, the sealed dwarf you met last night, who is currently talking with a group of militia guardsmen, requesting them to make a sweep of Greenest. As you descend, the Castellan turns to you. Excellent. I've been awaiting. Oh, you have awoken. I hope your slumber was peaceful.
Well, as peaceful as can get in these troubled times.
Well, if there are some relatively good news that I have just received, it appears that we don't have any other activity of active raiding in the town. I am sending these fine folk here to make a sweep and ensure that there are no more vagabonds lurking about. Where are you off to?
Dust looks at the people who he's barely known. He knows they're capable fighters and remembers the governor's last wishes. for the good of the people, we must find this cult, seek its source, and deal with it. But I do not know where to begin.
Well, I don't share deeply into Nighthill's heroism. I do believe that these raiding brigands are acting a bit too suspiciously. Yes, I agree. Perhaps if we can learn more about them, we would have a clearer picture.
Agreed.
If you're willing to help me, I have become aware that the raiders should still be nearby. They attacked us out of nowhere, and I'm assuming they have a camp somewhere near here. If you can locate it and attain information as to the reason why Greenest has been raided and the purpose behind the attack, and any other form of information you can fetch, I'm willing to pay you 250 gold per piece of information that you will return back with. In addition to that, indeed. In addition to that, I wish for you to find any kind of information you can on how many these raiders are, who their leaders are, well, what is motivating them, where do they plan to strike next. For that I will pay additional coin for, obviously. And of course, if we manage to somehow recover any of the valuables that people have lost over the night, of course we're going to be paying you back for it.
Your coin, your offer of coin is appreciated, but is not necessary. This must be done, so this cannot be done again. Are there any more in the keep that can assist us? We have unfortunately lost capable hands today. Yesterday.
Well, we had a few people who were helping us last night, well, last morning really, with the whole raiding kerfuffle. You should probably go talk with them about it, though. Some of the adventuring parties returned more broken than most. In fact, I think you're one of the people who came back with the least amount of damages.
Surprising. Very well. Dustin's going to cast his eyes around and see if he can see any of the adventuring parties.
Yes, there's a few. You can see over a what appears to be a half-orc with a long bow, kind of like tending to his broken leg. You can also see in the distance what appears to be a dwarven man, kind of like tending to his bludgeoned shield and mending it. Beyond that, you can see a few soldiers that are attempting to fix their suits of armor and prepare themselves for the sweeping, but there's not that many adventures that really catch your eye. The adventures you can see are primarily tended to by the medics of the keep.
Dust turns to the Aiden and Eurist. And what about you? Will you partake in this task?
Of course.
Sense of shared part.
I'm grateful for your assistance. Well, seeing as everyone seems to be injured nearby, and knowing your task ahead, Dust would make headway, but he's going to just wait for a bit, see if anything changes, or just with his companions to get ready.
Are you planning on doing what?
Well, we need to find this camp, so I guess we should get more information on it. Castellan. Where is this? Escobar. Where is this camp located? Do we have any information?
Again, it should be somewhere close to the road. It is very probable also it would be in a location that would not be easily found. Perhaps you can find some of the raiders patrolling their encampment to find out where they are. We also have the one you brought back last night with you. We've locked him in one of the cells. He hasn't really spoken.
This is true. We should interrogate this man, see what we can find from him. And I'm gonna make my way towards where the prisoner's held.
Alright. You arrive into the current room that the Castellan is using to hold this raider in. The room is a stone, cold, relatively small room, has like a bed in it, a small chest, and in the back end of the room, right next by the window, is the leaning figure of the cultist tied with ropes onto a chair.
Well, what to do?
Are you alone up here?
Is that a question from the cultist or from you, Spire? Sorry.
That is for me.
I guess so. My companions came with me.
Yeah, yours is with him.
I'm gonna turn around and whisper to him. Do you have any experience in this field? Getting information from another.
Not really.
Then this will be a new experience for both of us. Dust will approach the prisoner and just stare at him.
The cultist looks up at you.
Just going to take a few moments to kind of pace around while looking at this guy silently.
You see he's a human man on his late 20s. You can see like he has short hair, short brown hair, and what appears to be a scar on the left side of his cheek, which you can remember made by one of your companions actually. He's looking at you. He was looking up at you with disdain.
So come to a stop and say, yesterday, many good people died. You are not one of them, because I spared your life. Tell me, why should that continue?
Make an intimidation check. The cultist looks up into your eyes. Brave words, but you don't scare me. They'll do me much worse if I spoke.
Dust is better at observing rather than speaking. The other day I stabbed him in the shoulder with my rapier, which is what I use as the non-lethal blow. Is that wound visible?
Yeah.
You may not think talking will do you any good, but you will find, and Dust is gonna maneuver behind him, or near to his side. It will save you a lot of pain, and he's gonna grab him by the shoulder where that wound was.
Well, you see him flinch in pain, otherwise remaining tight-mouthed.
And he'll extend his claws outwards.
Do your worst, you black cat. Hurt me and you're getting nothing.
Just gonna look at the other guys. Take information in this guy. Doesn't fear death. Dust will reconvene with his companions and like start just much whispering to them.
Little trick didn't work, did it?
I wonder though if we could scare him a little bit.
I've attempted. If you think you can do better, be my guest.
It's worth a try, I suppose.
Prisoner. I don't know how your cult hierarchy is, but if you were to live, do you think your leader would take you back? Or do you think they would receive you as a possible spy?
Make a persuasion check.
I mean, it's equally bad, so...
What?
You see the cultist as you're speaking kind of look up at you with surprise. It seems like he didn't really realize there could be a situation he could find himself in, and he goes, "You think that may happen? That wouldn't happen."
Well, what do you think? Does the cultist trust released prisoners of their own? Or maybe they think they are converter spies?
Well, when you put it like that, okay. What are you suggesting? Like, I'm gonna give you some information and you're gonna let me go?
Well, it kind of depends on what kind of information you're giving us.
I can tell you what I know.
It's a start. And maybe we can prod you to remind of other things that we might need to know. But you and me both know that you can't return to them. Because your life is on the line now.
Are you telling me that I'm gonna go to prison?
Well, you already are.
That's a fair point. But fine. Well, I guess I could have found myself in worse captors. Sure. I'm willing to tell you what I know. Just keep your big cat friend just a bit further, if you couldn't mind.
Just walk go to the back of the room.
Alright. I'll tell you what I know. What are you trying to learn about?
Well, first and foremost, where are you operating from?
Well, for now, we've been operating from our camp. Been getting orders from the bosses. We don't really operate from one spot. We've been traveling around the coast, same as other bands. We've been told to start attacking settlements like these, raid them for what we got, and then bring them back to somewhere else. That place I don't know about.
What specifically have you been told to acquire?
Oh, that's easy. Primarily knickknacks, anything valuable, coin too. Anything that has any real value, no sentimental value stuff. Just something that could be used to just get coin. The easiest thing, really, to take about. And it is also what we're paying some of the mercenaries that work for us.
Whereabout is the current camp?
It's close to here, to the north. It's in a slough. We've been stationed here for a few days, though. Why? We're looking to get there.
Maybe. Maybe not. It's kind of good to know where you are defending from.
Well, the camp does head for the north. What else do you want to ask?
Your leaders. We need to know about them.
Well, that's easy. We have a couple of important people, really. One of them is the champion, and his name is Cyanrath. Claims to be the strongest fighter. I don't know about that, but he's really tough. Can breathe lightning from his mouth. Now that's pretty cool. Wish I can do that someday. The other one's the other one's a mage, some kind of magic weaver. Name's Markuth. No, name's Macbeth. No, wait. Something weird. I'm sure it will come to me. Just give me a moment.
His name Ulam Mondap.
Start with an M. Yeah, might be. How do you know that?
I may have some connections myself.
Oh, yeah. They are the one who is currently overseeing the camp. They are the boss's step boss for for Cyanrath's boss. Basically, Mondath gives Cyanrath orders, and Cyanrath gives us orders. And there is another one at the top that gives Mondath orders. I don't know who they are, but they're this really cool black dragonborn figure. I don't know their name. They're really powerful. They order the boss around, so.
Well, we have names, we have location, and we have motive. What else do we need?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could also ask about numbers. How many about are there in the camp?
Oh, that I don't know. I'm not the one that is actually being ordered to count. I was brought here to ensure that the kobolds really stay on track. It's because I can speak their language.
Fair point.
By the way, you both see the dwarf who was downstairs, like right behind you, asking that question.
Is this the way to control these little creatures? by knowing their language?
They really just obey orders from most members of the or higher ups in the organization of the Claw. Members of the Scale also can do that, and of course, obviously the wearers of purple. But everyone obeys whatever they say.
Curious. The wearers of purple.
Oh yeah, that's the leaders. I don't know any of them. We are just told that if someone is wearing the the garments of a member of that rank, that we are supposed to obey them without question. Most higher members of the organization also know how they look like and who they are. I kind of skip orientation on that. Probably why I'm here in the first place.
Yeah, you're just a chump.
What?
Uh,
Oh.
Nothing.
But yeah, I imagine there must be someone in the camp who knows how many we've got in the force.
You described the camp in a slough. How would...
Well, I don't know how to describe it really. Some kind of like canyon thing. I don't know. I skipped geography too in school. Basically, it's this weird formation in the ground. There's also this cave that we have next to the camp that the bosses kind of like work from. I don't know what's inside it. No, I don't really know a lot of the things happening in the camp. I just take orders and I follow them.
Very well. Well, dust is heard enough.
Is there anything else?
I don't know. Is there anything else we want to know? Eurist going to turn to his friends.
This information seems satisfactory.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, can you untie me?
Well, we aren't the owner of the keep, but I can promise you I can give a very good word to the owner.
Oh,
Should we find this information to be accurate, your fate may be more favorable.
well, I told you what I know.
Then we pray that your jailers have mercy on you. And thus will leave the room.
You see the cultist face is like distorted and like, what does that mean? And see all of you are leaving, he goes like, hello? Oh. Closing the door behind you as you exit the room.
That went remarkably well.
Surprisingly,
Yes.
yes.
Your technique worked much better than mine. You should take point in these negotiations in future.
I'm glad I did not have to involve myself too much.
It must be done. You will face justice, though it is not for us to decide. With this information, Dust will locate Escobar, and inquire about a map of the area.
I'm out of the area. Sure thing. Can provide. Did he say anything actually useful?
Well, our dwarven friend here was able to convince him.
We found out a little bit. And the most painful thing is that they or raiding cities and towns for valuables.
Cities
And
towns.
cities and towns, yes.
They are quite organized. The hierarchy has instructed them to retrieve valuables for a purpose he cannot say, but it is quite extensive. Camp nearby, and mentions of wearers of purple. Those much higher up in the organization.
Interesting. I also have some news. Some of the guards returned. Not all of them. A couple. They noticed a couple of shaped figures leaving the town as of a few moments ago. Appears we might have some stragglers from the raid. Look, my point still stands. I'll pay you, as we promised. I'd like you to look into what's happening in the camp. Particularly if you can fetch any kind of information. And as he's talking, you notice that a young man begins to move towards you, limping heavily on his bandaged left leg. One of the people that you saw on the tents, Dust. Excuse me, I'm looking for you. And he points to you, Dust. You recognize this fellow? He's one of the Harper initiates that Leosin had next to him.
My friends, you survived the attack. What? He's just quite surprised to see this guy again. How can I assist you?
I have been, I don't have good news. In this condition, I can't really be of much help to anyone. And I have some terrible news. My master, Leosin Erlanthar, the half-elf monk you saw yesterday.
Yes.
He disappeared during the raid. For the particular savage battle against raiders, one of them was, one of them beat him to a pulp. Massive blue dragonborn figure. We fought our way to the keep to escape. Leosin held them back. We went to look for him afterwards, but all we found was his broken staff and this choker that he wore, but we didn't find the body.
This is troubling.
We saw yesterday at the keep where the prisoners were given back, but I'm assuming not all of them were brought.
Leosin may have been a high-value target. They may have already have known of his allegiance. They may have taken him back to the encampment. If he is not dead.
Yes, I'm sorry. If he's not dead, probably he's in the camp. Sorry. My name is Nissim. I am one of the monks. He does to the rest of you now, acknowledging the rest of the people here, and he says, I am a member of the Harpers organization, and with my master Leosin, we were both researching together with our third of our group. We were researching into these raiders for months now. I fear that he might have tried to fight against them to try to get captured in the first place, get more information, but knowing him, he's a bit reckless when it comes to finding out something, whether it is true or not. But no one understands the bandits than these bandits than he does. And what I'm asking is if you could help him, I'm certain he would be able to help you in return.
Of course, my friend.
Thank you. I plead only that you move quickly.
I understand. With this information, the time is of the essence. This ally of ours may provide information that could uncover more of the cult.
Indeed. We must make haste.
Indeed.
You rest, Initiate. We will see that this is done. Start gearing up to get going.
Excellent. You exit from the keep, and as you do, you begin to slowly make your way off to the road after being shown a map of the location where you might guess from the outline where probably the cultists have taken refuge in. As you're moving to the south of Greenest, you notice a figure approaching you from the side of the rubble as you're moving through the town, kind of like turning in from a broken house, that of a blue dragonborn figure.
Dust will draw his blades and let's draw his best to stealthily approach. He's gonna dart away from the party for a little bit and try and circle around this figure, get a look at his face, see if it's the same one.
I
guess he would be wearing the same armor, but
the
could still be a full.
The figure doesn't appear to be wearing heavy armor. At least not the armor that Tyranny wore. In fact, they doesn't appear to be the same figure at all. This one has curved horns on the back of their head, white, wearing rougher clothing, bearing a blade to the side, nowhere near the size that Tyranny had. Excellent, you're approaching the party.
Who goes there?
Greetings.
Are you friend or foe? Raise the blade.
It depends on your point of view.
It depends on if you attacked this town yesterday.
No, I did not.
Justice can't get a look at this guy, see if he's getting any cult markings or whatever. Something that reminds of the Raiders.
Make a perception check.
He looks alright.
Well, I'm making no attempt to hide it.
Then you can see, albeit with a bit of difficulty, you have to squint. You notice that on his clothing, the cloak he's wearing is very similar to the one that the cultist wore. Same black color.
You claim to be friends, but how can you prove such a thing?
Well, for I am a member of the same order as you, the Harpers.
Like this? Just as surprised.
I'm a spy within the cult of the dragon.
You speak so openly about such things. Your attitude would suggest otherwise.
As far as I know that there is no ears nearby which can disrupt my mission. And I need your help. Begrudgingly.
It's a strange individual. But willing to listen. Speak, what matters are urgent?
Well,
We too are timed.
I did hear some stories when the main raiding party came back. And I assumed correctly that you would be heading out to this camp as well, trying to get some information. I would be inclined to help you, give you guidance on the inner workings of how the cult works, rankings, stuff like that. I can't do much. I'm not a high-up member. I'm only a grunt or a worker, but I work in the support unit. But that's about all I can do.
Well, if you are who you say you are, your assistance will be greatly appreciated. As you assumed, we are making way to the camp now. If you know any way that we can approach off the roads,
Do I, Spyro?
You do. You know exactly where the raiders actually have set up shop. They have set up shop in the little glade that ends up in a set of caverns by this forest right here.
this is most fortuitous.
It's quite lucky for you, yes.
Almost too convenient.
Is there a way that I can prove I'm part of the Harpers, like a sign or anything?
Yeah.
Like a secret handshake? Can I just go over like...
Social distance.
That would be
just-
harbor pin.
That is the harbor. The harbor pin would actually be your best bet. Do you have one
Yeah.
of those?
Yeah, I would have. If I'm part of the Harper organization, then yeah.
Very well.
Me and where we do the secret little Harper pen handshake. We put it in our hands and make them touch. Very well.
He's
Right.
cool. Yeah.
Are you capable of combat?
Yes. Yeah, I'm very capable.
Good. Or are we maybe going into certain death? It's just to
I
be
would have-
expected.
I would have it no other way.
Excellent.
And I will guide them in the way. Through the secret path or wherever it is. To where the camp is.
You begin to head off the road then.
Well, is there a way that we can like sneak in?
You would not do things. One, around the camp usually there are guards. And two, yes, you could attempt to do so, trying to use more of the brushes to your advantage. So, can you give me a survival or perception check with advantage to make your way back to the camp?
Yes. Survival or perception.
Yes.
Both of which are 0. Not bad roll though. It's an 18.
All right. You begin to make your way back into the camp. As you do, you're passing by a small bit of forest as you're making your way there on the road. It takes you some time. Are you trying to move with your wits about you stealthily the entire way, or are you trying to just walk in and try to keep an eye out on anything that might jump you instead?
I know Dust would insist we move stealthily.
Then we will move slowly.
Slowly it is.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
All of us or
All of you, this is a
Roll
group
it.
stealth.
Colin.
Oh no.
No. Oh no.
Oh no.
This is how the second TPK happens. We need to stop stealth.
god!
We need to stop stealthing. We,
I'm not even here yet. Come on, guys.
Can you
They should have been saved.
make one more? The one person who hasn't?
I mean, he's,
Oh,
he's dead.
I'm not here yet.
he's not here yet.
Aiden?
Yep.
I already
No.
have.
Okay,
No,
then you can leave the session because you're not gonna be shown here anymore then.
Oh.
Yeah? If you didn't follow them, then
No, Aiden did a roll there.
No, everyone
Yeah,
rolled.
Aiden did this.
set one.
Xander, who the character's not introduced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dawn Hammer's not been introduced yet.
But Xander asked the question during the interrogation.
No, I didn't. I've
Okay.
been quiet.
Oh, then
Yeah.
then you are not there. Excellent.
Pretty sure me and Xander have had our mics muted the entire time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Xander's not been introduced.
I just
Then-
unmuted it to tell you that I'm not here yet.
Then again, you're not gonna be shown in the rest of the session unless you want to make a new character, like to be introduced halfway through. No, that's stupid. Yeah, you're not gonna be playing, dude. I'm sorry. You didn't do any action to show yourself into the party, nor did the
But
party do any
we
action
haven't
to
met-
talk with your dwarven companion back at the keep. They kind of forgot about that.
What?
I mentioned.
Well, let's just say,
Yeah, you were mentioned in the keep, right next to the half orc, when Dust was trying to find any.
Oh, that was
companions.
me.
Yeah, that was you. Yes.
Oh.
well, we can say that Dust went and seen, that dwarf looks right capable. And as he walked out, he said, "Would you like to die in about half an hour?" And the dwarf said yes, and has been following us this entire time.
Right, Connie.
Colin.
One.
So, Xander, roll stealth.
Oh, alright, okay.
I'll allow it, but just for the future.
Oh my god!
Might as well not be here, I suppose.
Hmm.
Okay.
How have we all rolled so terribly?
Okay. Cool. So this is just a reminder that you should be paying attention to the game.
I have been paying attention. I didn't realise that was me.
Yes, I didn't describe you a lot because I know how much these players pay attention to my descriptions. So, let me do. Oh god. Well, let's do the division. That's a 5.8 total stealth check. You are moving your way through the forest without really stealthing. Make it a bit more difficult for yourself as you're moving through the brush. Just knocking aside twigs, just going as you're moving through. And you make your way through the woods, and as you do, you hear suddenly in the distance a heightened voice just go. Did you hear something? Yeah, I thought I heard something. Can you go check those bushes really quickly? Sure thing.
Dust will draw his weapon and prepare to be spotted, but really hoping he's not.
You see a human make his way over towards the brush. Let's roll a perception check. Let me get my human sheet. My human sheet. You see as the human moves through the brushes, he begins to just cleave through the front of them with his little scimitar, and he goes. Is that? Hello? Who are you? Reveal yourselves now.
I'm gonna like pretend I'm like my hands about.
Yeah, show yourselves. I can see the one right behind you with the plate armor. They're not even behind the tree fully. What are you doing over there in the bushes?
Look towards the cult infiltrator.
Are you just going to pretend that I can't see? I can see you.
I think you're muted, Rory.
He is muted.
Sorry about that.
Again, be more perceptive, for fuck's sake.
Oh no, it was my fault. I accidentally hit the bind on my keyboard. But yes, no, we're just on our way back to camp. You know?
Make a deception check.
I suppose it's a motley crew.
25.
You see the person look towards you with a bit of confusion. You were all making your way back to camp?
Yeah, I had to go pick these guys up from town because they were like spying for us, you know?
Spying?
Yeah. Sorry if you can. It's a motorbike going past. It's not my character doing that.
That's fine.
Damn officers.
Wait.
But yes,
Are you saying they were mercenaries spying for us? Really, we have mercenaries. Yeah. Why didn't you say
just
so?
coming.
What are you doing in the bushes then?
Well, because if people find out and then you guys get captured, like, then you would reveal that information.
Yeah. Right, but what were you
That's
doing?
That's why nobody knew.
Right, but why were you in the bushes?
We're trying to sneak our way back to camp, so we don't get spotted by anybody.
We're doing an awful job at it. Get up from there. You are making. You're just. Get up from there. You're just literally shaming all of us. What's your name?
Come on. Oh, I'm Heshkin, Norxus. You know.
Heshkin.
Now I'll show like my cape and whatnot and be like, I am part of your cult.
Oh, that seems legit. Come right on. We've got a little camp here set up. We're stragglers. We've kind of got cut off from the main group, and we're trying to make our way back to the camp. The cultist looks at the rest of you. And a lot of you, we hired you to raid. What are you doing in the middle of the bushes? Half of you are clasped in heavier armor than I've seen most knights being clasped in. Get out from the mud.
Come on, guys, get out. You're embarrassing me.
No, it's
Sorry, sir.
it's dirty.
Sorry, sir.
It's dirty and filthy down there. Are any of you hungry? We've got some rations cooking up.
That would be lovely.
I also see you've got no cobbles with you.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to go pick them up by myself, you know. Secrecy and all that.
Right. Well, I'm sorry to say we do have some back in the back over here. So just you know, just bother with it for a while. We're gonna be back at the main camp, and they're gonna just run around, do whatever the hell they're doing. As you
Sparrow, how many of them is there?
As you're being led into a small camp, you see there are 4 of these clasped in draped leathers cultists, and 8 of the little scaled kobolds currently huddled around a little burning fire with tents around them. You can from these 4, the figure that found you was one of them, and he says, "Alright, everybody, look sharp. We've got a few of our fellow raiders here. More stragglers." And you see a couple of them look up at you going, You sure? Only one of them wears a regalia. Yeah, the rest are mercenaries. Really? Didn't see them in the camp initially. We didn't see a lot of them initially, did we? You're not wrong about that. Well...
I got loot to prove it if you want.
Yeah, you see one of them go, yeah, show us what you've got.
And yours is going to pick up the assortment of loot that he picked up from the first few encounters,
Wise.
which was about 70 gold pieces worth of loot.
As you show the little bag of plunder to the cultist, he goes, "Ooh, you've got yourself a nice haul there. Okay, please take a seat. Take a seat. Yeah, take a seat. We've been taking some rations here to cook for the time being. Would you need anything? You got any food? You don't look really to be bearing much with you."
No, I thought we'd just eat at camp, but it might not make it there. So I think if you've got any food to spare, then that would be much appreciated.
Well, we got a couple of rations here. Not for all of you, but for one or two of you.
Yeah, we do have some rations ourselves.
Yeah, excellent. We're heading back to camp in like a couple of minutes, half an hour tops. We need to report to Monda. She's gonna be pissed that we're late, but at the same time we've got some good look to show for it, didn't we, lads? Yeah.
As this is going on, I'm gonna kind of go to the side and go to the rogue and be like, "All right, do your thing where you stab people."
Right now?
No, at some point when they're not paying attention.
Very well.
I'm like, I don't know, either we all attack at the same time, or you just need to take them out one by one when they go for like a piss or something like that.
Exactly, yes. Well, he said they're going to leave in half an hour, so he'll wait for a bit. Sit with the others. And then...
I'll relay that message onto everyone else, like trying to subtly do it. Just keep trying to speak to them one-on-one and be like, all right, we need to figure out a signal here.
You notice as the cultists are speaking, the kobolds start to gather their stuff, the half-cooked lunch that they've got, and they move about 50 feet away to eat it from the cultists. You see one of the cultists just shake his head. He says, little things, they don't really like us that much. Gotta deal with them.
Not at all.
So, well, I
They're
guess
good workforce, though.
Oh, truly. I've been bringing back some choice equipment. Well, equipment might be wrong. We just got whatever we could from the town and pilfered and brought it here with us. Well,
Tell us, what spoils do you have?
a few. I've got a few. Don't really think it's wise to show a lot of spoil with a mercenary.
Very true.
You're gonna be paid.
We don't want to make the cult vulnerable here.
No. You're gonna be paid what you're owed, probably later. In the meantime, we should also start getting ready. Don't want to be caught by any of the rear guards.
Definitely, yeah.
That's gonna stand up. Where is the latrine? Where is the outhouse?
We're in the middle.
Oh, the door. Just like go for a piss.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the woods.
What, you don't have, the cult doesn't have standards?
What? No, we're in the middle of the woods. Do you expect to just turn around a tree and find a cabin?
Suit yourself, and then Dust is gonna...
It's very high society, man.
These mercenaries, I swear.
Dust is gonna look for like any cultists who may be on their own.
Make a perception check. As you are like standing behind the tree looking around, you will see that there's the 4 people who are together with the rest of the group, and there is the 8 kobolds that are eating further away from them. You don't see anyone else, and as the rest of you are sitting around here, the rest of the cultists say, well, we should start getting a head start. I don't want the kobolds
Based on
outrunning us.
that, Dust will... He's going to attempt to slip away in behind a tree, stealth. As best he can.
Okay.
Draw his short bow. He'll shout, "Wait! What's that?" And he's going to fire it with the cultists.
Okay. Here we go. Cool.
Oh shit, here we
The
go.
infiltrator told me to attack.
The cultists don't see us as hostile yet, guys.
They don't, but he did say, like, because our options are we get to the camp and we walk right into the camp and
I didn't think we were going to be able to deceive an entire camp.
No.
So that's why I'm saying we should probably just deal with these guys.
And the 8 kobolds. It's possible, but well, my
It's gonna be
character-
tough.
So make your attack roll.
I'm getting flashbacks already.
And everybody,
Uh,
we're rolling initiative. I don't have a battle map for this prepared, so...
That's fair enough.
If you want your tokens to be presented on the map, simply drop them on the map or wherever.
Oh, that's gonna fucking miss.
Just down here.
Yeah, he was aiming with the cultists, so yeah.
You do have advantage on it, that's a 10.
Yep.
Yeah, so drop your tokens and
That's
then click on your initiative to have the initiative immediately just register that.
Ooh, 17.
How do I drop my token on the
Oh,
map?
you drag it
Drag it from it.
From where, sorry?
You drag it
From the right-hand
from
side.
the journal into the map. You drag your name in,
Alright.
and you should drop your token.
Oh, he's a big boy.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Is it dwarf?
Giant dwarf.
Biggest dwarf you ever did see.
Aye.
Dwarfs don't exist. They're just midgets.
Rude.
Very.
That's my entire heritage I'm talking about.
God.
Oh god. Again with the racism.
Think about it. That's all D&D is.
No.
Elves get higher dex and or what was it? Dex and intelligence if you go for a high elf. God.
Let's not start this discourse.
Not again.
Every time.
All I'm saying is the
God.
No.
You don't have a divine right. Stop. You are starting initiative, Dust, and your arrow flies past one of the cultists. Goes what? And we're gonna roll. We're gonna start initiative with you on the surprise round. So I'm gonna switch into combat midway.
We are under attack. Well, Rurik, you're the first one to surprise round.
Alright. Is there any cultists like near
Actually-
each other?
You didn't tell any of your friends that you were attacking, did you?
Nope. I just
Okay.
took
I didn't tell them to prepare for anything. Well, I told them we were going to try and kill them at some point, but I didn't tell them to prepare for a signal or anything like that.
I need everyone else to give me a wisdom check to see if this is the signal or if you're also caught in the surprise. Not a save, it's a check.
Oh,
I mean, well.
I know nothing.
They were all. We're just rolling terribly so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. And yeah, it's excellent. Okay, so Hexen, you're the only one who's not surprised. You have a surprise round together with Dust.
Okay, is there any cultists nearby each other?
Yes, you're all next to one another.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then I'll just use my green flame blade cantrip.
Okay.
No. So that's the attack action, and then plus the just it goes over, right?
Yes, and you have advantage in the attack roll because the target is surprised.
Be surprised. My longsword.
That hits.
15. Take. Oh, I did. Sorry, the hex shouldn't be on. So just 8 damage.
Wait, is that a flame blade cantrip?
It's the green flame blade, so it will jump 5 feet from the guy I hit
Does it
to
deal
another
any-
guy.
Doesn't it deal any additional damage?
No, it
On the
jumps.
target. Only the person it jumps to.
Okay.
The person it jumps to will take 3 damage.
You don't have to be that close to the mic, I can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Uh, you deal 8 points of slashing damage, and how much damage is the other one?
3.
Okay.
Because it's the same as my spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Yeah.
You slash at one of them, and as you do, he's still standing as you shove the blade in, and you notice one of them just spontaneously combust into flame.
God.
And that will be my turn.
Okay, Dust.
Dust will attempt to make sure his footing's a bit better, using his cunning action to hide better, hopefully.
Make a stealth check.
That's not an advantage right anyway. Well, that's even worse than before, but fuck it. And he's going to shoot the cultist. That's a random cultist, I guess.
Okay, any of them?
I guess tactically be the one nearest Zendar. Or Heshkin, not Zendar. Xander, someone's name.
Sure thing. You fire your bolt. 7 points of damage. Is it the one next to the dwarf? Or
No, the one next to the Dragonborn.
One of the cultists falls dead on the floor by an arrow.
And that'll be... Yeah, well, Dust will try and move as far away as possibly can.
Okay,
That'll be it.
you don't have to move on the map. I understand that you are moving away from the party.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we go up at the beginning of initiative again, as all of them stop being surprised as they go, "Oh, you are a traitor!" and they unsheath their scimitars.
Okay. Which one died? Which one died? The one that I stabbed, or just like some random guy?
The one that got burst into flames.
Oh, okay. Then is there only one next to me then, or is there?
There is.
Are we still all together?
There's 3 more next to you.
Alright, so I'm gonna stab another fresh one.
Okay.
My long sword. Well, I'm gonna cast the cantrip again.
Sure.
Before I do that. I shouldn't have advantage, but
6.
so it's a 6. That's a miss, and this attack doesn't hit, so I don't think my cantrip goes off.
Nope.
Nah.
11. Wait, does the do you make a separate attack or do you use the same one?
Hmm?
Do you make a separate attack for the flame green blade?
I think with the flame, when you hit an attack, it'll jump to the next guy. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
attack, so yeah. Yeah, as you slash your blade down, you see the flame kind of sputter to random direction as you completely miss the cultist in front of you with a natural
Yeah.
one. You just hit you do manage to stab a tree though very well.
Fuck nature.
Indeed, and that will be my turn.
Okay, Dust.
Dust will look for a target that's close to one of his companions and let loose another arrow.
Okay. That hits. One of the cultists who is just starting to get up, an arrow just jabs into their neck and they fall down dead.
Excellent. Well, Dust thinks he's hidden, so he'll take no more actions. Now be him.
Okay. The kobolds are going to use their action to dash into melee. Jurist.
Jurist is going to attack the closest cultist with his battle axe.
Okay, go for it.
18.
That hits.
5 points of slashing damage.
Is it one of the ones that your companion have attacked, or the last one who has not taken any damage?
The one who is damaged. Before.
You slam your battle axe to the side and you cleave into the ribcage. You hear a crack of bone as the cultist drops dead on the floor.
Okay, good. End of turn.
Very well. Vulcan.
So I'm gonna attack the nearest cultist to me. I'm assuming that none of them are damaged at this point, are they?
There's
What
only
are they?
one alive.
Okay, in which case I'll go for him then. Hit him with my warhammer.
Well,
Oh, damn.
that's a crit.
He is
Dead.
very dead.
Yeah, that is a
Fine,
hit.
man.
Roll damage. Oh, can you describe me this kill?
I'm just gonna charge over to him with like a guttural roar and just plow him onto the floor with my shield and stomp on his face with my big old warhammer.
You shove your shield straight into his chest, and as he falls, he is met with both the hard ground and your warhammer's flat ground. As the cultist's head is now hidden very well from a warhammer with a splatter of red.
I'm guessing we didn't want him alive. Because it's a bit late now.
His head's falling off.
Aiden.
With all the cultists dealt with, I'll turn it. So the kobolds are in melee range now, did you
Yes,
say?
they dashed into melee.
Okay.
You killed them all! You
Well,
bastards!
I'll just make an attempt to whack one of the kobolds with my mace.
Go for it.
It's a very good attempt.
Not very good damage, but
Oh well.
The kobold survives the blow. Ah!
I think it's possible
Bleeding
for a kobold to survive.
heavily, just barely alive, just breathing as hard as it can. The kobold is still standing.
it's just embarrassing.
Okay.
That's me for this turn.
Right? Hexen,
I'm going to do my cantrip again.
go for it.
Greater Flame Blade. A 13?
I
This is on a
believe-
fresh one.
Yeah, I believe that hits.
Alright, and the extra damage from this will go into the one that he just hit.
Well, that's a burned kobold.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
awesome.
6 damage on the one I stab and 3 damage on the one that Scott just hit.
You cut down on one of the kobolds with a wide swing, and you notice as the swing finishes, the kobold that is currently meeting the mace of Aiden just it burns a flame, dropping on the ground dead. 2 kobolds down, 6 more to go.
That'll be my turn.
Excellent. Dust.
Does Dust get advantage on his attack? Can the kobold see him?
You do realize they're not paying any attention to you, so you do have a minus in the attack roll, yes.
He's going to point at random kobolds. And annihilate it.
Oh,
Jesus.
Whip back victory.
Dead.
One shot, 1 kill. And the kobold just
Much dead, very
drop on the ground.
kobold.
A bit of a waste of your shot as you just instantly shish kebab this kobold. Though it is reassuring of your own skill.
He whips back around the tree and tries to hide. And that's it of him.
Make a stealth check as we go to the kobolds. So,
Cool.
5 kobolds alive. Not 6.
Consistently bad.
So 2 kobolds are going to attempt to attack. Yeah, they're going to attempt to attack. Good question. Yeah, 2 of them are going to attempt to attack Hexen, and each one of them is going to attempt to make 1 attack against the rest of you. So Hexen, the first attacks are coming towards you with pack tactics. So
Back tactics. Lovely.
Best part of kobolds.
first one is a 20 to hit. The second one is a 21 to hit.
I will cast shield.
Wise. You summon a spectral shield in both of the kobolds as they lunge at you with daggers just throwing themselves at you. Daggers drawn. They both bump against your shield. The rest of them are going to make 1 attack each at each of you. So, without back tactics. Seven to hit against Aiden, 7 to hit against Eurist, 16 to hit against Vulcan.
Miss.
Miss.
All of them just trying to hack and slash with their little daggers, but none of them succeeding to getting even a single hit in. Eurist.
Eurist is going to return the favor with the backlash. Ooh.
You swing wide, and as you do, you realize that these kobolds are short as the badlags go just over their head.
And what is the dwarf? Tall?
Good point. Instead, the kobold just sidesteps it. Sorry. Oh, no, that seemed insensitive of me. I'm sorry.
He's tall for a dwarf.
So normal.
It's not a critical miss. You shouldn't be that
I
high.
take offense to that.
Just for the
I'm not-
offences taken, he should get advantage.
I also realized I think I... No, I didn't. Excellent, you attacked and you missed. Is there anything else you want to do with your time?
Nope. Gonna end it right there.
Falcon.
Hearing the Dragonborn slight against his people, I'm going to, furious rage, smash one of the cultists into the ground.
Go for it. Yeah, that hits.
Understandable. Understandable.
Have a nice
And it's
day.
dead.
Yes it is.
Like a tent pole into the ground.
It's like a totem pole, but most of the totem is underground currently, as the kobold is whack-a-moled into a better afterlife.
And that's the end of my turn, I think.
Mm-hmm. Aiden.
I will,
Ooh.
well, it's going to take 2 damage. One of them will take 2 damage if they fail a wisdom save, as I tried to toll the dead, and it's very
That's a really
meager.
Yeah,
shocking
that's a
roll.
17 on the saving throw.
Well,
Takes no damage.
With a minus
So
2.
wise.
Wow.
I'm just going to retire from adventuring at this point.
Oh.
Hexen. Heshkan? Fuck's sake.
Heshkin. Yeah, I'm gonna again take my longsword out and cover it in that green flame and attempt to slash.
Yeah, go for it.
A 17.
That does not hit the kobold shield. Of course that hits, yeah.
7 damage.
Another
7
kobold.
damage in one. And then the 3 damage will jump to the one. I think none of the rest of them have taken any damage,
Not
right?
really, no.
Yeah, so just 3 damage to one of them.
Okay.
And that shall be my turn.
Well, it's 2 down, 3 more to go. Dust.
With trained precision, Dust will whip round the tree, locate a kobold who looks uninjured, and fire a shot.
Go for it. That hits. Oh, that's another dead kobold. There's only 1 remaining.
Back behind the tree. No, that's not with advantage, but you know. 15.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. The kobold is going to look at all of their companions dead and go, "Oh!" and starts disengaging, running away. Eurist.
Oh, Eurus is going to cast Sacred Flame on the little guy.
Aww.
Please roll low.
Time to roll.
Oh.
That's a 9.
Things you'll want to hear.
It hit!
The ground erupts with holy fire as the kobold is trying to escape. Is there anything you want to say as you cast this spell?
Bye.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
As you say bye, the kobold combusts into holy fire and drops on the ground, dead. Well done.
Dust's gonna come out of the tree line.
I'll
That's
let a
cute.
warning next time.
Yeah. Is anybody hurt? That was a little bit sudden.
I don't think
We dealt with them
Anyone
pretty
got hit.
effectively.
This seemed to have gone well.
As well as
Yes.
you expected. Not the rest of us.
No.
I've learned that I work best by myself. You found your rhythm, and they have been taken care of. And Dust will start collecting his arrows, the ones that he can.
Yeah, of course. Make
You-
me a survival check. Yeah, you can collect all of your arrows, no problem.
Excellent.
Vulcan wants to rummage through pockets of the cultists. See what you find.
They
Of
may
course.
have information.
Yes.
You cannot believe how long I've been waiting to kill those kobolds. Do you realize how hard it is to work with them every day?
No, tell us more.
I've started to realise with this tabaxi.
Especially since I've been wanting to, not work there.
Well, you've proven your loyalties thus far.
Okay. You notice that the cultists, as you're searching through them, have 28 silver pieces among them.
Cool.
They do have their weapons, but as you notice them, they're just very cheap scimitars. The kind of scimitars you would probably buy at Gnome Depot. There is just low quality.
Casually.
Oh, so bad.
I love that.
Thanks, I hate it.
Guess what joke I'm stealing from my D&D campaign?
That's fucking awful.
I know you want to buy a shed, go to Gnome Base. There's like...
No bargains.
The kobolds, although they don't have really any coin on them, they do have a sack, a communal sack, containing pewter candlesticks, some silver serving dishes, and a few religious carvings of Chantea from the home shrine of the temple. None of them, except from the religious one, have value, and even those have value only amongst clergy of Chantea. This is mostly just material stolen from the people of Greenest.
We might as well just give this back.
Yeah, we
Yes,
should
the
return
temple
the
appreciates.
holy symbol sits right thing.
Throw.
I suggest
Yeah,
we hide these bodies for one.
Yes. Destroy all traces of our camp as well.
Yes.
Let's get to it.
Easily enough, you just take down the tents and scatter the ashes of the fire.
Hide the bodies.
How are you hiding the bodies? Just putting them in a bush?
Do any of us have anything that we can just hide them with?
Well,
Other than dragging them into the bushes.
What is
no.
there really around other than just bushes? Like, is there any
we
Yeah,
could
ditches or
just
anything?
burn them.
Or-
Burning would attract attention.
Just
And
stick
take a
them.
long time.
Just stick them. Well, is there any cultists which don't have a massive stab wound through their through their uniform?
Costume.
Uh,
Fancy dress day at the Cultist.
Like robes. Could we just take the cultist robes and like?
yes.
Oh
Yes, you
Alright.
can.
Is there
Do-
anyone nailed in the heads?
Do we want to try and sneak in again?
no.
Like,
Two of you
I-
can.
instead of sneaking, I mean like, as in like, pretending to be cultists.
Deceiving are we in?
Yes.
Well, there's one major issue with that. I was captured before. Their leader knows my face. The Blue Dragonborn, she
Well, that's a problem.
dealt with me personally.
And stealth is not this one's forte either.
No.
He.
Fair point.
Cyan Wrath is a male.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So, how are we going to approach this camp? There's
My
not
approach
many.
is-
Like, I know the camp's layout. I take it. Do I know any easier way in or a way in that we don't have to deal with as many people?
Oh, yes. There is, well, you could attempt to ride the cliff down into the camp, which isn't guarded but isn't safe. You could also attempt to simply just blend in with any of the other stragglers coming in, but that does involve you going from the front point. Other than that, the camp space isn't really that defenseless. It's very well made, actually.
So, what is your objective again? All I know is that you are going to be coming to the camp. What is your objective?
Well, we have recently learned that an associate of ours, Leosin, has been taken captive.
So, search and rescue then.
Also gather information on what next objective is for the camp.
Numbers, any information we can get a hold of. We
This
do
will
not.
be difficult then.
Yes, we don't intend to incite conflict or assassinate anyone. We just simply need information and to free our associate.
Hmm.
And recover any valuables we can that bear more worth to the town.
Now you said this camp was in a canyon. I'm guessing the edges of the canyon is heavily guarded as well. Or are there any vantage points that we can get to and
We
scout?
could go down the cliff. No, but it would be a dangerous abseil, to say the least.
Well, I don't want to go down the cliff. I want to be up on the cliff, looking down, to get a more overview of the area.
I am not opposed to climbing the cliff.
Sparrow, is there any? Do I know if there's anybody that guards the cliffs, or can we just go up there?
That would be the rear guard's job.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Our options are we could attempt to sneak into the camp somehow, which we have famously not been so successful with as a group. We could attempt to deceive the guards. If so, this one will need to cover his face.
Or he could be pretending to be recaptured.
He could just wear his helmet.
Do any of the cultists wear face coverings?
Mm,
Not as
I
far
don't
as
think
you
so.
know. Not as far as you know,
Yeah.
unless if the draconian members of the troop are just cultists inside of dragon suits.
Yeah, and the dragon claw dudes. They wear those draconic masks. You might have seen them.
We have
Yeah,
encountered
yeah,
one of those.
yeah, experience.
Yes. Could simply wear a helmet, but the moment they ask you to remove it.
So yes, we either walk in through the front, sneak down the cliff, very dangerous, or try and just sneak in general.
Should we try and get a bit closer so we can at least see some of it first?
We'll just have to be on the lookout for the rear guard.
Yes.
Right.
Very well.
So we going up the cliff sides then to have an overview, yes.
So yeah, Heskin should lead the way.
And I will lead the way up to the cliff side.
Very well.
And then we'll follow like 80 feet behind or so.
Very well.
Okay.
Also having a lookout for potential rear guards.
Make a perception check with advantage.
Dust will also keep an eye out behind us.
Make your own.
Doo-doo.
I don't know if that's enough actually.
They're very fucking stealthy.
You're making your
Just
way,
give us like
and as you do, closer and closer towards the camp, you realize one thing. Dust. You're the only one who can see this. In the darkness about 20 yards away from you, you can see, hidden in the bushes, on a small path, like on the side of the makeshift road you're following, a trail of sorts. You can see a face peering down, looking around.
Dust is gonna keep on walking, but quietly mention there is something in the trees.
You can recognize that he's one of the cultists.
Well, depending what approach you want to take, we could either. That's the only one I see. Well, Dust's going to whisper that to the others. There's something in the trees. And he's going to... Oh, look! Rabbits! Gonna whip out his short bow and fucking fire at it.
Are you sure?
That is a DM question. Well, if it's someone looking for out for us, they might let the guard. If we acknowledge it, they might let the guard. Or if we just keep going on, Dust doesn't know what to do. He's gonna like whisper to the Heshkan. Do you know if there's any? What's the word I'm looking for? Outlooks, scouts out here.
Scouts. Yeah. Do I?
As
Do you know
I
if there's
said,
something attack the employee?
There's the rear guard.
as I said, yeah, the rear guard is the main protection force outside the camp.
Do I know if they work individually or in groups?
Oh, they work in groups. In particular, you would know that usually the rear guard possesses one veteran member of the cult that usually helps with guiding the rest of the initiates. And usually they don't just go with simple initiates. The rear guard is the more beefy part of the encampment, just to ensure that no one unwanted enters.
Yeah.
These guys, yeah, they don't work alone and they're not to be messed with, really.
I was just thinking about shooting him. But yes, we have been noticed.
Stay on alert.
And does keep following Heshkin, I guess.
Well, are we going to keep going, or
Well, if you say these guys are pretty fucking elite.
do I know if there's an opening in the forest nearby?
You could try to bypass them, yeah.
We could try to bypass them. If I know a way, then I will try and bypass them.
Yeah,
Try your best.
you're gonna need
While
to,
keeping an eye out for them.
Yeah, you're gonna need to sneak by. In that case.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
Have they not spotted us already?
If they had, they would probably be either on your throat right now, or they're just waiting for you to enter into an ambush. You don't know.
Yeah, these are the two options we have.
We could
Yeah,
send the Dragonborn to distract them and just ask mundane questions as if acting still as one of the members of the cult while we sneak by.
If they've already seen us all together, then I will die.
This is true.
Ah.
A test of
These
loyalty,
guys.
I see.
These are going to be a tough fight.
Yep.
If we have to fight.
I suggest we look for an opening in the trees and attempt to lose our observers. If we end up fighting, that can still happen. But we can at least try to avoid them at first.
So we're moving away?
But remain alert.
Yeah. Heshkin, take point and try and take us a secure path, and then whenever we can, we'll try and stealth it up.
Alright. I will need again stealth checks from everyone.
Yeah, because this went so. If we're alright, if we're trying to be stealthy, then yeah, stealth. Well then, I can see how this is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we so bad at this?
Why are we bad at games?
I'm bad because I'm in heavy armor.
He's an excuse to be bad. What's your reason?
Okay, and I'm assuming Hexen, you're not stealthing? Oh, you are? Dust.
What?
24.
Would I be stealth? No, I don't need to stealth. I can. Yeah, I want stealth.
Also, you're gonna walk up to them.
I'm gonna kind of be. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna walk and pretend like I'm lost.
With
Like
the
I'm trying
rest
to
of your
remember
party.
which way is back to the camp.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and deceive them.
Ooh. Let me just write down. Fucked. marked in the book.
Okay, I'm really quickly gonna write this down then. Okay, you're making your way through the wood, trying to follow Hexen's directions, and with dust actually clutching in for the rest of you, you give assistance to the rest of them as you pass undetected. With following Dust's footsteps and his advice, because you do see the rest of your companions are terrible. They are. Well, you see, like for example, Eurus is almost going to step on a twig and go. You see on the side, like Aiden is ducking to pass by a branch, but she's not ducking nearly close enough. So you're just like, but you do manage all of you to pass by. As you do, you hear a voice, Hexen. What the? What the? Hey, you! Stop right there!
What? Who's that?
You see coming out from the side of the woods a member of the organization, wearing splint armor and bearing a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other, with a heavy crossbow on their back, emerge out from the woodwork. Bearing the black robe of the cult and pauldrons of it too. You can see this person is probably a higher member than an initiate for sure. This is a higher ranking member of the cult than you are. Behind him come out a pair of other figures wearing also masks on them, with a bit more of ceremonial robes with draconic emblazonments on them, as well as what you can see as a guy. Yeah, no, hold up. 6 other. Yeah, there's also 6 other members of the cult. Sorry. All of them emerge from the side of the bushes, coming out, going, "What the? False alarm! It's one of ours. Just apparently strolling through the woods on his own. What are you doing out here?"
I was trying to make my way back to camp.
And you chose this direction.
Just not the right way?
Why didn't you come with the rest of the group?
I'm one of the stragglers. He got caught up in a bit of a fight before I managed to leave.
Make a deception check.
Yep. It's advantage off, yeah.
He's the face. He's the face.
You see the veteran kind of go, "What is your name?"
Heshkin?
Alright,
Neuroxia?
I'm gonna let Mondath know of this, if that's the case then. I am guessing that by nightfall, you're gonna have to have a talk with her. Is that understandable?
Yes.
Right.
I understand.
If you go back in camp and you do not report to Mondath by nightfall, Heshken, you know what happens to those who act dumb and get themselves killed or left behind. They're made an example of, Hexen.
Yes.
So that you don't spend the night tied up with the bloody half-elf we have down there on the pole, I would recommend that you take this a little bit more seriously, like the rest of us. This is a serious organization. Got it?
Yes.
Cool.
I am taking it this seriously. I got left up behind and I tried to get back without this going on, but I understand you're just doing your job.
You tried to sneak back in. Excellent. That might have worked and you might have had no consequences. Good job.
Yes.
Good thinking. If you don't die by tomorrow, we're gonna have a drink on it. Now head back.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
The rest of them just return and begin to make a new location for their trap as they begin to move boulders with them. And you all manage to pass by their direction.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh, my cover's blown. If I go back. Okay. let's just get moving, guys. They won't cover this area for a while.
You're quite good at deceiving others. This is good to know.
That's how we got here.
It is indeed.
Keep a lookout in case they double back.
Eyes are open.
You enter into the camp. I think a slight change in audio is necessary, just to establish like where we are. So as you enter into the camp from the forest, you can see a lot of people here. Like first off, like there are a whole lot of people here that are just moving around, doing their business, entering into the camp, what have you. So, you see, you would be currently at the very top.
Right.
All right. Do I know which tent the prisoner would be kept in?
Oh, you would know that there are no real tents. You would know that the prisoner would be kept in a display post.
Yes, he mentioned a half-elf.
And where would that post be,
Oh,
perchance?
deeper into the camp, not at the entrance.
We must locate Leosin.
So,
This would be difficult.
let me explain what you see. You see there are boulders and difficult terrain that provide a lot of cover on the sides of the map, as well as like scattered around it. There are guard towers being built throughout the map. A bit crude, but they get the job done. You can also see that the slope is relatively rough, but not too rough. There is a lot of tents all around that make housing temporary for the people who are here. But there's plenty of them. And there's also larger tents that the leaders are staying in.
Wait, is that the post there, or is that another tent?
That is a guard tower.
That's the guard tower, alright.
I'm gonna mention to Aiden, cover your face, lest you be noticed.
We'll be sneaking in.
Are we sneaking in?
Okay, so what's our objective here?
We must find Leosin.
I think it would be wise to just tell you just a few more things you just see from a glance. There are a few members of the guard outside. You can see like 2 people currently starting guard outside. Most of the people who are within the camp are walking around without really a lot of weapons on them.
Okay.
Go on.
I would still not like to get into a fight here.
No.
Do you know if they take your weapons from you when you enter?
Do they? Or is everyone just keeping them in their own tents?
You can't really tell. In fact, you can't really see a lot of the people here wearing their regalia from a first glance on the outside. There are a couple, but most of them are just wearing... thanks. Most of them are wearing clothing that is not associated with the organization of the Claw.
I love living next to the motorway and a construction site where I get woken up at 7:30 every morning by drilling.
Enough about your life, Heshkin. You have a mission to focus on.
Okay. Can we see where the prisoner is?
Make a perception check, I'll say.
I have a 0. But that doesn't matter, apparently.
Nice.
Very good.
You can't really see them on the front. If they were anywhere, they would probably be at the back of the encampment.
Okay. If we're gonna sneak around the... we're on the cliff face, right? On the north side.
Yes.
For us to sneak all the way around to the back, would require us dealing with the guard tower, probably, won't it?
If you were to sneak from the top, yeah.
Like around the side, yeah. It would be difficult.
Yeah.
I'm trying
I
to
don't-
retrieve it.
We wouldn't have to worry about anybody on the ground seeing us. It's just the people in the guard tower.
Yes.
Everyone in camp is kind of lackadaisical at the moment and wouldn't actively be looking for us.
See, like stuff like this spire. Are these trees or bushes? What's this?
Those are tents. No, those are bushes. Bushes. But
Yeah.
yeah, you could attempt to hide in there. True.
Looking.
Could we send? How tall is the cliff face?
Let me tell you.
Because I'm hypothesizing Dusk can maybe abseil down
Yeah,
and just get a closer look from the tree cover.
The sides of the plateau rise sharply, while the floor of the hollow slopes up. Gradually towards the east. A long ladder is lashed off to the cliff so that members of the guard can reach the upper guard tower that you've spotted. Most of the cliff do have like handholds and footholding for climbing. If you hurry this up, you might fall down. But otherwise, you should be able to just climb up and down without too much of a problem.
I take we would be exposed as we were climbing down, though. Like, it'd be pretty easy to spot us.
Yeah. Unless, like, if you made a little noise, like, yeah.
Really, realistically, there's only really two of us that can get in,
Yeah.
which is
That's
which is me and Dust.
Yeah. We shouldn't really have to worry about being spotted once we're in if everyone's wearing random stuff and we can just be disguised as mercenaries. But I'd rather not attract any attention while it's just the two of us. So, what do we do?
I definitely don't want to start a fight here.
Nope. But getting the prisoner out without being noticed will be a hell of a job. We may even have to wait till night.
Especially if she's getting displayed.
Yes.
Would I know if the prisoner gets taken in at night, or is it just displayed throughout the day, or just throughout the night, or is it 24/7?
You don't
Uh, what time of the day is it about?
know. Right now, first of all, what is that sound of scraping? Okay. The day right now, it would be midday, actually. Reaching around
Midday.
11 to 20. To 11 to 12.
Quite a few more hours until it gets dark. I don't really feel that happy about sneaking around during the day.
They said that there are mercenaries in this camp as well as cultists, right?
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
be into the
So why would we need to sneak? Can we just waltz in?
What? We just walk in through the front door.
Because we don't look particularly. The only person is Aiden, who we need to worry about being seen. The rest.
We should have taken the cloaks off those dead bodies.
Yeah.
That's why.
Speaking of the same story we had for the last group, that we are
Well,
mercenaries.
I can get us in.
Yes.
Just really depends on you guys being good at not being found out.
Our options are we take the cliff, and those of us who are less agile may fall in alert attention, which is not good for anyone. Or we, those of us a bit more dexterous, can go in the camp, but we will be alone. And this is not a good situation. We may have to take the front approach.
That's what I'm saying. All of us might just have to walk in.
Yes, if it's this approach, we'll all have to do it.
Well, if we manage to
if you
fool
two
the
were
people at
to-
the camp, fine.
If you two could get inside, could the rest of us cause a distraction for you?
Then you would have to contend with the rear guard as well, because they would. That's their job. They would come back.
Yes. It's a death sentence.
So we just either go in through the front, or we try and sneak our way to wherever the prisoner is. It's difficult.
Yes.
Anybody else got any ideas?
I
No.
think we could pose as mercenaries, most of us, and
Yeah.
just don't draw attention to ourselves and get a better look at what's going on. Wait till nightfall, and sneak back out again.
I'd rather have Leosin in my sight and know he is still alive and not about to be executed. And then we can strike when the moment is right.
Yes.
We could use this time to gather information. Subtly. Try not to draw attention to ourselves.
Yeah, it's probably the best.
Heshkin, those guards, they told you to report to their leader. If you do not do that, or if you do that, will this bode well for you?
Yes. That's well. By tonight, I will be reported by the rear guard,
Yes.
and I will probably be punished severely, and will probably be executed. So
We have until tonight.
we have until I get reported, and the guards come and drag me out my tent and murder me.
Inevitably, then there will be a commotion. We should aim to
Prepare as much as possible.
before then.
Maybe set up a ladder or something along the cliff wall, somewhere nearby where we can just grab her.
This may be a good approach. This all
Uh,
depends on us getting into the camp.
yeah, I think that's our approach, to go in and convince them that we're cult members.
Alright.
So let's just try that first.
Alright, so all of you are making your way in.
Yeah.
Okay. As you move from the forest into this plateau, you enter and you see a small group of kobolds sitting on
Wait a
the
minute.
tent.
Do we have anything to cover up the faces, people? Like, wear your helmets or
Yeah.
put your hoods up, I don't care, but like, conceal your identities. Please.
Wear my helmet and
I'm sure there's loads of tabaxis around here.
Exactly. Just do what you can to
Yeah.
make sure that you don't. Alright, let's go.
I'll put my helmet on and wrap some cloth around my
Okay.
lower half of my face.
I want to do the same thing, just so if we get quizzed on why your face isn't revealed, we can be like a group. who
Okay,
do
I
that.
love this because you also have a long beard, so your cloth, you are either wrapping your entire beard in cloth, or you're just wrapping your facial features, but the beard is like visible. I love this.
Oh, it's just like a mark of solidarity with him, so like
Yes.
we're from a specific mercenary group.
No, this is awesome. Excellent.
Well, I guess I'll join in, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking bit of cloth,
Yeah.
fucking Catman.
Just walk in through
It'll
the front door.
strengthen our story if we're all dressed similarly.
Okay.
Oh,
The big
dear
question is,
Well,
what is the
yeah,
name of our group?
yeah. What is the name of your group?
Vulcan's Raiders, follow me.
Okay, Vulcan's Raiders. Okay, let's go. We're gonna walk in like it's just
Like
part
we
of the day
belong.
job. No, just like it's the day job, you know?
Yeah.
Act like you belong.
You enter into the camp, and you see the three kobolds who are standing around the tent together with a human guardsman. The kobolds turn to you and they just sniff the air. But the guardsman could just not even pay attention to you as you enter. They're just moving right back in. Together with the swath of people who are currently within the camp. You see people are hanging up clothing and regalia on like racks, hanging racks. You see there are like a bunch of kobolds playing dice on the ground. You see a few cultists merging together with mercenaries to discuss. There's a lot of mercenaries. You see people of all forms, sizes, and races here. And you mingle in quite well. No one is really paying a lot of attention to you as you enter.
We're going to try and find the prisoner.
Yeah. Just see if we can see the prisoner, have a laugh at them, As people do.
Of course, of course. So as you enter, you make your way down. Are you just heading to try to find the prisoner? You don't do anything else. You're just focused.
Well, is there
Take
any other...
stock of the surroundings as well.
We're going to try and find other information, because that was your other objective.
Yeah.
Try and
Slowly
Yes.
work our way through the camp, just like
try and
stopping
find
everyone
some
in case.
information, you know.
Sure.
Listening conversations.
Sure. You just approach anyone like who is in the camp as you're making your way through. Like you see like a person currently like taking a moment to clean up their cemetery. Yes. Can I help you?
Well met, friend. How goes the raid?
Oh, well, pretty good. Managed to take a kill of one guard. Solid. And how about yourself? Mercenary or member of the
Mercenary indeed.
Mercenary indeed.
Just here for a coin. Yes, it went quite well.
I thought it
Dwarven
was,
friend made quite a haul. He's carrying it for us.
Yeah, that's understandable. Not everyone is a full-fledged member here of the cult. Many of the new initiates are working towards full acceptance, and many others are simply here mercenaries, so it's not the place to be seeing one of you folks here.
Well, if there's more potential for more work, stick around.
Oh, there is plenty. We could always use more hands when we are trying to fill in the ranks for raids.
Is there any news when we'll be moving again?
When we're going to be moving in again? Well, it's very likely we're going to be moving in by tomorrow. We have more places to be, more people to rob and raid. It's very likely we're going to be moving in by dawn, actually. Of course, after we have undergone the event of the next morning. By tomorrow, we should be dealing with the half-elf tied to the post by the end of the encampment. Quite interesting to see that.
What do they have in store for him?
Oh, you know, tie him up on the post and leave him here for the rest of the day before they execute him on the morrow. Turns out the half-elf was actually, stranger. Came in here to spy on us.
Ah.
Yes.
Fool.
Yes, it is always good to see mercenaries who are actually appreciating what the cult can bring for them.
Yeah, the cult brings the work. They're happy to oblige.
Truly.
Yeah. Farewell, friend. I'll be around. And yeah.
You continue
join the
walking,
group.
you continue moving through. Are you trying to get any more information out of them, or are you just moving straight for the half-elf?
Just don't know what else to ask for it. It seemed like too prying. No, I'm good for that one guy. I don't know if anyone else wants to mingle.
Okay. Everyone else is trying to mingle. No, does anyone else want to get any information, or are you heading over for the half-elf?
Actually, Eurus is going to walk up to one who looks like a cult member and ask how many casualties did we take last night?
Not that many actually. We should be by, 10 people down, 20 people down. We're still counting heads. We've got at least 100 people here, so not counting kobolds, so we should be more or less the same numbers.
Well, not too bad then.
Yeah. You a member or a mercenary?
Mercenary.
Aye. Very well then.
I reckon that is
Yeah,
safer for...
Yeah, it is. It is safer for us. What are you looking for?
Actually, nothing is preparing for moving out on the next raid.
Oh, so you are not a member of the hunters then? Yeah, you hit the
No,
rest.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that makes sense.
I'm a little bit short and too slow for, hunting.
Yeah.
Unless it's, sentient game.
Oh, because you're a dwarf?
Yeah, short legs.
I thought that was just a stigma.
Well, it's not much slower, but it makes a difference over longer distance,
Right on.
If you're really close, I can get you. If you're far away, there's no way.
I like that little limerick. Well then. Praise them, if that's the case. And you see them extend their right hand with fingers outstretched toward you.
And yours is going to do the same. Say, praise them.
Well, on with your day, I suppose, unless if there's anything else you would prefer to ask.
No, I'm good. Just gonna go about my business.
Cool. We're having dinner by 8. And you continue moving.
Yep.
Is there any other questions anyone else wants to ask or not?
I'd like to sidle up just into a big group who are just chatting and just go, sorry lads, where did they say we were going next? I was out of it this morning and I completely missed what they said.
Oh, believe we're heading over to Easting, I think it is. There's another probably town that is less defended. You're
right,
raring
yeah.
for a fight. Use a mercenary.
Always.
Use a mercenary or a member of the scale.
Oh, mercenary.
Yeah,
Nothing
you're
that
just-
fancy for me.
yeah, you're rising for a murder. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I can respect that too. Ugh. Well, if that's the case, just come sit with us. We're playing a game of crackle dice.
Maybe in a minute. Gonna go get myself some water and I'll come back find you.
Yeah. If you're heading for water, try to steer out away from the cave. There ain't any there. It's head for one of the small camps to the right of the plateau. You should be able to see it. We've set up a.
Much obliged.
Yeah. Glory and
We'll
coin.
just keep moving.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to ask any questions or?
I want to discuss with my allies what we have.
Yeah, so we'll all group together here. Right.
Well met, fellow raider of Vulcan.
Well met.
Well met, fellow cat, he says with a smile.
Well met, dwarf.
Well,
What a-
mercenary
yeah.
scum.
Thank you, cultists, for your gracious hosting of us. So, what news of the day? And try and be a bit more subtle in what we're saying. And so, what have you learned?
So, we've got a new target for their next raid.
I see.
So at least we know where they're heading.
I overheard
Make
they
an insight check.
mentioned the
Make an insight check, by the way, for that.
Me.
east.
Yes.
Inside.
You could tell that the cultist there was not exactly certain. He just guessed.
Right. So we don't have a target, but a potential target.
Yeah. Well, since I work for the cult, how much information do I have?
You would know that they're going to regroup somewhere else. Primarily, no real member knows where they're going. They can because that is primarily left for their leaders to decide.
Right.
And you don't really
We've
know
got our
a lot about their leaders either.
Okay. We've got our information that we gathered so far. Should try and get the prisoner and get out of here.
Yes.
Before
What
we
is
grab the prisoner, what is our escape plan?
I can't hear anything.
Grab that, and then kick it behind us, destroy it.
Where? Sorry, what you cut out there and stuff.
Look for a ladder. I guess. Yeah. Am I still here?
Yep.
Yep.
Go. Look for a ladder. Put it against the wall. Get ready for when the shit hits the fan. Or if we do it subtly. Are there any ladders we can see, Spiral?
Make a perception check.
I was thinking maybe we could try
No.
and go up to the guard tower
Yeah, because the guard tower has a ladder leading up, doesn't it?
It must have
Yeah.
some access.
and then go from there.
Guard tower will, of course, have guards.
A problem there is, yes, the guard tower has guards, so we have to pretend to relieve them of their duty or something like that.
Good.
And also, if we leave any way through that isn't the main entrance, we're probably going to run into the rear guard again.
Yes. Problem is, of course, the prisoner is, of course, tied to a pole. He'll be being watched. And if we go to the guard tower of a bloody prisoner, his face will be easily have been seen. They'll, we can't.
So we will need to cover up his identity. I could give him my cloak or something. Do I have a spare cloak in my tent? Or spare clothing? Like cultist clothing?
Probably would, yeah.
I will go get it.
Okay.
Stick it in my backpack.
Okay, as you go to
And
your
then I'll...
tent, you enter to see like a pair of kobolds rummaging through your stuff.
What the bloody hell do you think you're doing?
Ah, he's alive! And you see them leave your tent.
Fucking bastards. I'm gonna pick up anything of mine that I actually care
Yeah,
about,
they
which
didn't
is
really
really
steal anything.
nothing.
They were in the process of ransacking through your stuff, thinking that you probably died in the attack.
Okay, I'm just gonna go over it. I'll get the clothing, stick it in the backpack, pick up my gold. There's nothing really else I really care about that's here, and then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
God damn, I hate working with kobolds.
Bastards.
And then I'm gonna return to the group and okay. If we dress him up as a cultist, we might be able to just sneak him out.
In prayer, he has the strength to climb out with us.
Well, we might be able to just walk out the front door.
That is true. All right. I very much like to see him.
Should we head further into camp then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. You're making your way further into the main camp. As you do, you see a few more of these strange draconic drakes. You saw the ambush drakes just moving around together with the people around. You even notice like one of them is currently being ridden by a kobold rampaging to your left. You see like 3 people chasing after it.
Bloody drakes. Bloody kobolds.
Bloody
That
fucking
gives me an idea.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Try and be
Come on,
subtle.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about these kobolds, right? They listen to your instructions as a cultist.
I could convince some of
You
them.
could convince one of them
at
on
least.
this to rampage with one of these lizards and cause a distraction while we get him out. Cause a distraction that's none of us actually involved in the distraction.
Sure. I could convince a few kobolds to run wild.
I also have the command spell at my disposal, if it helps.
I will keep that in mind.
Compel a creature to do your bidding.
Not bidding, but just a single word command.
This may be good for a distraction, yes.
So you will have to be in secret when you cast it because I would imagine it takes a lot of somatics and a few words.
Yes, people may notice you saying strange things if you start casting in the middle of camp.
It's just a verbal spell, but I see what you mean.
And it doesn't last very long either.
It does not.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna go look for this prisoner.
Yeah, I'll join you.
Okay. it's not very hard to find Elson at the far end of the camp, where you notice a small, lonely little half-elven man tied up to a post, and currently he's not having the greatest of times. I think the best way I can show that is with this. Currently, like on a diagonal stand, you see the half-elf currently being kept there, and a member of the cult in full regalia moving around, talking with a bunch of people currently, like making bets on how long he will live, and he's currently like screaming at the top of his lungs. Are you approaching, or are you looking from afar?
Well, I'm trying to look from afar for now.
Right, because you can't hear anything that's happening over there.
I'll move closer. I mean, I want to hear what he's saying.
Well, if you're gonna go in, then I'm gonna go in as well. At least give you some credibility.
Just a mercenary want to see what's on display.
Very well. You can sort of hear, calm down, calm down. Resmir has ordered that this one remains alive for the morrow. Keep your blades and your beds to your own selves.
What's the going odds of him dying 2 days from now?
Your question is lost. I mean, the Sea of Order shouts, can you give me a charisma check?
Sure.
Shouting.
Just a pure charisma.
Yeah. Or persuasion if you want to really catch his attention. Oh yeah. You see the cultist response. What was the question? Your question? Like,
What's the odds on him? Just like I'm just trying to blend in. Just been like, yeah. What are the odds on him? Just I'll take the bet for 2 days.
Probably not 2 days. Either he's dead by tomorrow, as many of you can assume, or he's taken away from here with us. And he's not to be killed then. Ooh. We're still waiting for Resmir to finish her talk with our friend representative, so we are gonna get our results later. In the meantime, keep your hands and bets to yourselves. And remember, if you wish to torture the half-elf, there is a queue forming up on tent number 28. You can ask there. Where we're going to be setting up a nice afternoon torturing section for those who are interested.
Oh, sounds lovely. I need to get some.
A lot of people just go, yeah. You see a couple of Goliaths just. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to go speak to him?
Well, I would need to be part of the torture crew to get close.
At this moment, there is a lot of people around him. Though you do see that the cult is attempting to disperse them. They should probably be gone in like a few moments.
Talking directly to the prisoner may attract attention unless I'm seen to be actively disparaging him.
He will recognize you and potentially cry out. I think you speaking to him is a bad idea.
We would hope that he has more sense than to give away an ally of his.
How much sense can a man beaten and tortured for days have?
You underestimate our guilt.
Okay. I think we must wait until this afternoon torture session happens.
This may be wise. 10:28, anyone?
Unless anyone's got anything else they want to do during the morning.
Just further on from my... can we just head a bit further into camp and have a look at this main big tent at the back?
Which one?
The one with all the people around it. That one.
Sure. As you're approaching, try to stay a bit hidden amidst the crowd, and you do notice that the crowd disperses around Leosin as well as members of the guard. They're just going for their days, leaving him quite alone. You do notice in that tent there is an enormous honor guard of people all around it, and there are these large, like, scaled creatures, all as big as horses that are moving around sniffing. Let me give you a handout for that, I suppose. There we go, that should suffice. You see these blue-scaled, large gardrakes moving around quadrupedal without any wings and long, bulky tails. They sniff the ground and obey the commands of the veteran members of the cult who are surrounding this tent. Inside, you can see something if you give me a perception check if you're trying to be discreet.
Yep, I can do that. $12.
You can barely catch the glimpse of what appears to be, like, for a moment as the tent's entrance, like, flies up to a bit of air, you can barely catch the glimpse of, like, 4 people. You don't get any much information beyond that. It's like, there's really 4 people in there.
Yeah.
Can I gather... I just sidle up to Heshkin and be like, do you know what's in that cave? Is it a dead end?
Make a history check.
Heshkin or me?
Yes, Heskin.
A history check, did you say, sorry?
Yes.
I'm not very good at that. Do I know anything?
You do remember. Supposedly in there is the treasured hall where all of the spoils of the raid should be held at, as well as the dragon eggs.
Right. So, not a good place for an escape route, then.
Probably an area we should very well stay clear of right now.
Agreed.
It is also off limits for everyone.
Fair point.
Stay away from the cave and the tent. Stay away from that area.
Yes.
Don't go near there.
Could we send... again speaking to Heshkin, saying... The guards in the guard tower, are they mercenaries or are they part of the cult?
You don't know.
I would imagine it's a mix between the both. Spiral?
Could be.
Yeah, okay.
Just because if we went to try and relieve them and they're all cultists and we're all mercenaries, that would not go well.
I think we'd be able to do it. Problem is getting this guy out. Well, the thing is, if we're gonna do that torture thing, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be very hard.
Well, there's gonna be loads of people there. Yeah.
Yes. I think we might have to wait until nightfall to get him out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Could we potentially have 2 or 3 of us on the top of the cliff here, waiting in those trees, and then have a rope down which we could use to haul up the elf at nightfall? So you don't only need to sneak him 30, 40 feet instead of...
Yeah. Sneaking at what? Yeah, about 70 feet.
Yeah, instead of sneaking out the whole way.
Yeah.
Because we have tree cover up there, at least.
Oh, but the thing is, people are gonna quickly find out that he's missing. Maybe we could... Does anybody... Yeah, I was waiting to say, does anybody have a distraction or like a way that we can like... I don't know.
Cobalt and the command
Cobalt.
is a good idea.
Yeah, cobalts on the big lizards.
Does any... Could we just like weekend at Bernie's this and put like a fake...
Oh no, I've killed him. I'll get rid of the body, guys.
Yeah, like... Either weekend at Bernie's it, or like... We go find like... No, if we find like a random guy, kill him. And then we tie him up on
Just
it.
check my alignment.
I'm chaotic good, so I'm okay with that.
I'm chaotic goods. And
You must know that
Not
all of
sure.
the people here... All of the people here have participated in the raiding, pillaging, and murdering in Greenest, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's really
we'll just-
awful.
We just find this guy, find a guy, kill him.
I just want to take a moment. The most lawful good thing you could do is immediately announce your presence here and arrest everyone.
That's a fantastic idea.
Tree of the king, you're all arrested.
I love DM's hints. They're so helpful.
Yeah.
So I think
Let's do it.
If
Yeah,
they
thanks,
will
Sparrow.
oblige. Like, are they gonna go against the law?
Why would they?
does any of us have a way to start like a delayed fire or anything? Like
Hmm.
No magic.
Radiant fire doesn't really
Let's
do the
have a
trick.
look.
no, it's
Got 2 flasks of oil in my burglar's pack, and 5 candles. 1,000 ball bearings.
Got a
So
tinder
yes,
box.
I have a tinderbox and oil, so we could like
well.
bit of oil.
How high is the cliff edge again? Did you say, Sparrow?
This one right next to us.
Yeah, this one right.
Here.
Right here.
The slope is about
Because I might just go.
30 feet on the lowest point at the beginning, up to 50 to 60 feet at the highest.
Okay, so I suggest our strongest members up here with rope at nightfall.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
As it say,
these members get him over. And then potentially Heshkin, you can be commanding some kobolds somewhere else
so
to do
basically,
something loud.
well, I could go in and I could maybe create some distraction. Dust could sneak over and free him.
Well, I need to get through his chains. I have thieves' tools, but I need to.
But remember, during the night, I might get called up and I might get murdered.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know. Look at these chains he's got.
First of all, he doesn't have any guards around him right now, and second, he doesn't have chains. He has rope.
Ah, sorry.
So you could just cut through the rope. All right. Wait, there's no guards around him?
No.
I guess it's not expecting a blatant rescue attempt.
But there's still people around him. Like that cultist is still trying to disperse people. I take it.
No, they broke off naturally because no one really wants to go against a clothed regalia cultist immediately after like a raid. Most of them are just exhausted, so they're just taking the orders that they're given.
So he's just there.
Yeah, he's just there, yes, right now. I mean, if you blatantly just walked up to him like and put him out from the pedestal, eventually someone would find out.
I'm guessing the guys around the tent would see him.
I don't think they would see us do it.
How about is
I
it still
think
a
if-
big crowd near it?
No, you just said that they all cleared away.
But where do they all... I'm saying, like, should we just start like a big old brawl somewhere? Oh, no.
The thing is, if we're really quick about this, we might just be able to walk away with the prisoner.
But where to? We've got a long way to walk through, and people
I
know his
think-
face.
I
With
much
the
prefer
cliff
the idea
face,
of the cliff face. So we
with the
need
cliff face is what I'm saying is, I could give you the rope. Oh, well, have you got rope on you?
I do not, but...
I have
take
rope
someone's
on me.
Yeah, I'd go rope as well.
Well, I was about to say,
Rope on me?
Dust, you could just go climb up that bit really quickly right now, then everyone else can go climb up really quickly right now.
And then
I
you walk
cut him
over.
loose, and I just kind of just grab him, walk over, I tie him to it, yoink him up, and then I walk out the front door.
Interesting.
It's
I
a
like it.
certainly an idea.
Who's the strongest?
But the
Um,
problem is, you're gonna have to get up to that cliff face without
Well,
getting
if we're not extracting him from the cliff face, we could go to the cliffs here. How
Within the trees, yeah.
tall do they look, Spyro? These cliffs.
Yes.
How
They're
tall
around,
do these cliffs look?
From there, 40 feet, and they're going down from the side.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that with rope.
Wait, do you want to climb up that bit, and then I can't bring the prisoner over there because there's tents there.
No,
But you
but
said
then
you
he
were-
lowers. We all climb up there because we'll have tree cover, so at least
Yeah.
for the height of the trees.
Yeah.
And then we work our way around to here, and then we lower the rope down.
Yeah.
Okay, like Spyro said before, contingency plans if shit goes wrong.
Yes.
Contingency is Dust uses feline agility, fucks right off like last time. Everyone dies,
I
And
start
then
stabbing people.
We go through this whole thing again.
gets
Yeah.
3 new friends. Dust is demoralized.
Again.
Probably
Okay,
retired Dust at that point because he's got PTSD.
Spyro, does my character realistically think I could just grab him, walk him over to the rope, and then just get him yoinked out and no one would notice for a while?
It is feasible if you can pull it off without anyone noticing. Here's the thing: if you grabbed him, eventually someone would just see that the pool is empty.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
That's
It's
fine.
just that
we don't
would
go by that
someone
point.
see me do it?
No, but you can assume there probably will sound an alarm or something because a prisoner of high value has escaped.
Oh yeah, eventually we will notice, but the act itself may not be very noticeable. Okay.
Okay, so if you guys like sneak out there and get him out, I might be able to convince my way out, or just walk straight out the front door.
Possible if you get lost in if you just make sure you know where
I have until nightfall before I get fucking murdered. So.
Well, I'm pretty charismatic as well, so I could stay with Heskin just in case, and then also give him backup in case.
How charismatic are you?
Plenty.
I should
plus 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
You're also possibly our strongest person. So
Oh, I
who?
probably am the strongest
Yeah, you
person.
might want to go up because you need to haul him up.
Yeah.
Wait, how many feet of rope have we got altogether?
I've
I've got 50.
50.
That's
I've got 50.
200.
That's 200 feet of rope.
plenty of rope. We
Wait,
can hang on.
Okay,
Should
no,
we
no.
lasso him from the cliff face or just
Yes,
pull the whole
yes,
construction up?
instantly, like I'll just cut him loose. I'll tie him to it, and then you just yoink
Run.
him straight from the cliff face.
Oh,
Just drag him straight up. And then someone heal him while I'm doing it.
And then I'm just gonna walk away. It's like I'm gonna tie and then walk.
That's
Okay,
very hilarious.
tie rope around the prisoner.
we're gonna reef knot. I know the knot. I know the knot. I went to
Neck.
scout. I'm gonna connect all the rope together, tie it, and then I'm gonna tie it round his waist and just woof.
You try your best to be quiet. As we
That's
literally drag him out.
I'll just be like, "Be quiet. You're being rescued. Do not scream." Wait, what?
Well, that's an
Just
interesting escape plan.
Drag man up the cliff.
Oh,
Okay, so should I tie him straight from the post, or should I walk him over to the cliff face and get him up?
I think walk him over to the cliff face because you might notice a man sliding demonically across a floor.
This dust
here.
cloud.
we also
I will
don't
try
want
to
him
do the-
bludgeoning his head off the cliff face.
Alright.
Yeah, that may happen.
You guys
Yeah, I
get
might kill him.
okay. You guys try and get up to that cliff face and do not get noticed. This is the
Yes.
most important part. Take your time.
I think someone needs to stay with Heskin as well, just in case.
We have all day.
Dusk is gonna skedaddle towards the bushes, the
Okay,
trees,
easily
and
enough.
just wait.
No one really
Uh,
gives a lot
d-
of attention to you.
How long would it take me to just walk straight out? Could I feasibly do it before the alarm got sounded?
It would take you a few minutes at least. Like I don't know if this is very obvious. These are hundreds of feet in span.
Yes,
from one
yeah,
to the
yeah, yeah.
other. So it would take you a few minutes to get out. Yeah.
It's good knowing you.
Wait, I've still got the clothes in my bag, right?
Yes.
Could I just like put up a fake body, just fill the clothes with like sand? Would that? I'm trying to extend the time as much as possible.
If you were to put
And none of us know this guy or
like
like.
a fake effigy, yeah, probably from far away it wouldn't make much of a difference. And I don't mean to be racist here, but half-elf skin for Leosin is not exactly much different from hay, or like common yellow color.
I think I didn't take silent image or anything like that, which is making this a bit annoying.
One spell slot down anyway.
Again, unless it is up to close inspection, and not a lot of people seem to approach Leosin right now.
Okay.
Should I do the fake body?
If you can.
Yeah.
Well,
Then we need two
Ultimately-
people on the ground, one person to take the body off, one person to put it on. Because otherwise
Soon as
that's
we-
too much.
as soon as we get Leosin, we have to vacate the camp, and any information or goods we can get from the camp is done.
Yeah.
We don't know we don't really know where they're going next.
But we can follow them. It's a massive raiding party.
There's
Won't
that.
that happen?
And Leosin will probably know, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, he's been here. He's probably heard some shit.
What should we be getting him out? Is he walking with you? Are we dragging up the cliff?
Up the cliff. He's
Up
going
the
up.
cliff.
He's not. No, I'll walk him over to the cliff.
Yeah, and then hoist him up.
Yeah, and then we'll
We'll
hoist
do the whole Huiga.
it. Okay.
I am hilariously strong, so I could just yeet him up there. But no,
I love to see this.
just like...
Do it quietly. I don't want to alert much attention.
Well,
Yeah.
enacting this plan, Dust is going to walk through the trees to the cliff edge and attempt to stealthily scale the cliffs here.
Sure, make a stealth
Drop
check.
the rope.
Are you just like taking
Stealth.
parts of the brush to just, as you're climbing up, whenever you feel spotted, you just stop moving and you just disguise yourself as a bush?
Try my best. With my natural climbing speed of 20 feet, I'm sure he'll eventually get up.
Kitty cat climb up on the side of the cliff. Takes like 8 seconds. Just
I'm sure no one noticed with my 11 stealth. Yeah, so I'm up. I'm going to drop the rope after me. I'm going to...
yeah, for anyone
anything
who's
to
like,
tie it.
for anyone who's like close at the base, you just see like a couple looking up, like, wow, that was cool. Okay.
Is there any rocks to tie the rope around? Because I'm not very strong.
There are trees on the other side on the top of the plateau.
Yes, I'll...
Tie it round, I'll come up next and then hold on to it just in case.
Alright, are you going to be stealthy about it?
Yeah, do I get any like benefit for the fact that I'm not scaling a cliff anymore, I'm just climbing a rope?
Yes. The disadvantage you would not have, you have normal.
So just a stealth check.
Yes.
Right. Oh!
Oh!
Ah!
Fuck!
Fuck.
Ah! Ah!
Heavy armor.
It's very heavy.
I'm gonna pretend to spot me and be like, "Hey, what you doing over there?" I'm gonna run over and pretend like I'm waiting, like, giving them into trouble, and be
Yeah,
like,
you are
"What the fuck are you doing?"
scaling, and as you're scaling, like, you go... and rocks are falling behind you under the floor. In quick succession, making a lot of ruckus. Like, you hear a pan that someone was cooking just like drop from a rock that falls like into the cooking pot. Like, hey, wait, is that guy coming? As you're running in to just spot that out. What are you doing, Vulcan?
Yeah, we're like, "What are you doing up there?"
Oh, just I saw someone scamper up this rope and I was just chasing after them. Not very good at climbing, got heavy armor. My bad.
You thought you saw someone.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go report it to the guards, but get up there. The rest of you as well, get up there.
Wait, what did he say?
Oh, well, apparently he's seen someone, so I'm gonna get them up there, and I'll go.
Sure, I'll go let the camp if that's the case.
Well, that's what I'm waiting to do. You keep cooking.
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm
fine.
gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
Dust, hearing this commotion...
How
is
many
it
people are around me, or is it
There's
just him?
like
That just
one person right now, like
a person or a kobold?
a person, a human.
Dust is going to approach the edge of the cliff and go, "What is going on? Are you following me?"
What the?
I was, and now I'm slightly less suspicious of you
Oh,
because you've
no.
made your presence known.
Oh, it's not a stranger. It's one of their mercenary group. Why have you climbed up the cliff?
This is my exercise
This is
routine.
really weird. I'm gonna go report this, and you see them.
Yeah.
turn around.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of nod to the people who are around me as if
Get
kill
the
this
fucking-
guy. Kill this guy before you report it.
Cal?
We are in the
Make it
bu-
an
we are-
attack roll.
We are in the bushes, all of us, just one at the same time.
I'm gonna go first. I'll do it first.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, that hits. Roll damage. And really quickly, roll me a dexterity check.
I think this guy's dead before it was.
Oh no, he's dead. This hits him and he's dead. What I'm rolling for is whether you're fast enough to get him before he screams.
Dust wasn't expecting to kill the guy.
Wait, I don't think Vulcan would be the one who did it since you're up a rope.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm still up.
No, no. Well, yeah, Vulcan, you wouldn't be. Okay, make for it.
Dust is gonna...
Oh yeah, I'll nod to Dust and just be like, shoot him.
that's the dexterity check, and all right, good point. As you see Vulcan like descending the rope to hit him with an axe slowly, an arrow strikes him, and before he can even speak, the cultist drops on the floor. This one was a raider.
Okay, I've got my fake body now.
Oh,
Right.
you better.
Well, you
Yeah.
do.
Oh my god.
You're bloody welcome. All part of the plan, lads.
Can
know
I
what I'm doing.
pretend to like I'm carrying over the shoulder? Wait, who's staying in the camp with me? Or is it just me? If I'm just by myself, it's fine.
It is important to note if this was a killing arrow or a non-lethal arrow.
This is a killing arrow.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
the
he has
guys
like,
got the cards.
yeah, he has a nice arrow on his back.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take the arrow, obviously. I'm gonna try and cover up any blood stains.
Yeah,
I'll get the cloak that's in my back and put it over him.
Sure.
By the god.
Cover up the arrow wound.
You know
Get
what?
up the cliff.
This turned out way better than I thought it would. Well done.
Get up that cliff. Stealthily this time. This guy's missing. His mates will be worried about him. We now have a time limit.
Okay.
Shall I try again?
Yeah,
Yep.
you can go for it. Normal.
Oh, how long? All right.
Wait, is there anybody nearby that could hear him?
Reasonably, yes. Unless you want to go kill
Fuck.
10 more people.
No, I
Just
don't.
notch another arrow, come on.
And just another 10 after that.
10 people went to trees.
Make
All
the
right,
stealth
I'll
check.
try again. Come on. Oh, no, for fuck's sake.
Well,
Oh.
you are making
How
your
are
way.
you so...
And this time you make it all the way up.
Wait. Do we have an excuse this time?
Same excuse.
I've thrown the body into the bush.
Same excuse. Same excuse.
Okay.
I don't want them to walk over and I've got this dead body.
you see as the drone begins to climb, you just throw the corpse into the bushes. As you see like a... You see a pair of kobolds like move along the side of the wall, and they look up to see the dwarf finally finishing up on the rope, like making his way up on top, and the rock like lands on the bushes near them, and one of the kobolds go, "Ah, was that a dwarf? I thought it was."
Yeah, he's
Exercise.
doing his daily exercise. It's a weird thing that this mercenary group do.
Make a deception check.
Oh. Oh.
Wait, somebody help me! Somebody
I'm
convince
helping
me
you.
of that.
Guidance.
Guidance!
Someone just starts doing a prayer.
Are you praying right now?
That's what guidance is, I suppose.
Sure, roll for it. As from the background, one of your companions is praying.
Somebody help me!
Is-
Convince these kobolds.
Meanwhile, I'm at the top of the cliff going to die.
Some-
I don't think anyone noticed me. I
Okay.
think we're fine.
Okay. That's
Somebody
a 10.
take the help action! Please!
I'm
Bro.
taking the help action.
Okay, what
Just
do you
will
say?
speak in Draconic.
How are you helping Zasifi? Them?
I start like saying stuff about dwarves, and I'm speaking in Draconic to the kobolds as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
What do you say?
I tell them that this dwarf is crazy, but just leave him be. He's doing his exercise.
Okay, it's
And,
the same
oh
thing.
god.
Roll-
Yeah, I just try to convince them more. Oh god.
Okay, roll with advantage. Then.
There you go.
There! Yes!
Not a complete shit show.
17! Because like +1 from guidance.
Thanks, God.
Thanks, God.
Okay, you see the
Thanks,
you see the one couple go. I don't know how dwarves think, so that makes sense. You see the other one look at you with squinted eyes for a second, like super suspiciously, and goes.
God. Sherlock Holmes of kobolds.
And you see him finally go. I thought it was a no. Okay, that makes sense. You see them both.
Can I suggest no one else tries climb this? Me and Dust can take it from up here.
Wait.
Well, we all need to get up the cliff eventually.
No, but they could walk out.
And a more dust voice.
You're just yelling that from the top of the cliff.
No. Okay. None of the rest of you try going there. Unless
You
you're
just all like, because
Yeah.
at least me and Dust can get out now.
Just
okay.
for the best.
Okay. I'm going to get the body. Somebody else pretend that we're like kind of carrying him over our shoulders.
Okay.
Like he's drunk or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't care.
Falcon,
I don't
I'll-
care this morning.
get the rope ready.
Alright.
I'll put like one arm over my like shoulders.
Yeah, at,
Mhm.
at that point you hear ding, 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 ding. And you see in the distance a member of the cultist go. As it reaches like 1 p.m. it goes, lunch is being served. Come on, lunch is being served. And you see a bunch of people.
Now,
Perfect.
Perfect timing.
Wait. Where would lunch be getting served? Anywhere near the prisoner?
Usually on some of the bigger tents, not the small ones. There's lunch being
So the bigger-
served. Like here, for instance, here, in major tents, but not the biggest.
All right. Okay. Well, I've got an idea. I'm gonna swap the cloak from the dead guy to the half elf guy when we pin him up. Okay.
Me
Okay.
and Will are going to go to this cliff and get the rope ready. And
Somebody,
tie, like,
somebody pretend we're speaking to our drunk friend or our exhausted friend or something like that. Be like, "Oh, you idiot! Aha!
Laugh.
Haha!
In this
you
plan,
idiot.
I am the Shire horse in this plan. I am just a bit of farming equipment that's just going to pull this guy up.
Okay.
Yes.
Right around my waist and I'll run.
Are we back over to the monk?
You make your way over towards the monk.
I can't believe we're weekend at Bernie's yet.
Okay.
That was a joke idea, and we're actually doing it. Cool.
Okay. Hello.
As you are approaching,
What's
you
this guy's-
see Leosin turn to you.
All right, Leosin. Don't panic.
Oh, it's
You are being rescued.
What?
I-
I'm sorry. What I saw you.
I'm from the organization of the Harpers. I'm going to replace this dead guy with you, and then we're going to walk all the way over to that bushy area over there, and then we're going to walk away. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand completely. I would prefer to be here for a few more hours. It is super fascinating learning more about these people.
If
I-
you're
I-
here for a
trust
few more
me.
hours, you'll be executed.
Trust me, it is not fun being here.
Yes.
I've worked here for a few months.
Yes, I understand. I'm just a bit disappointed I couldn't be here for a while more. I've been learning a lot.
Okay.
Can you untie me, if you would be so kind? I am currently suffering from a couple of broken ribs.
Shame. Do any of you do any healing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will.
Please just heal him a tiny bit so he no longer has broken ribs.
I will place a hand on him and cure wounds.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will.
I'll just actually just cast it and see how much HP.
I will untie him. Come out, and then I will put up the dead body. You guys tie him down. I've taken off the cloak and I've put it on Leonin.
Yeah, where is it? Leosin.
Leosin, sorry. And then we're just going to casually walk over to the bushes.
Like,
I've got the rope tied round the tree.
So
and I'm
then
just gonna stand
I
ready to pull.
said, "That's not a camel. That's my wife."
Oh.
wow, that is terrible humor. Let's leave. And here is
I
Leosin
thought
again,
that's
just
torture.
for a reminder. Also, write that name down if you need to.
Yeah, I was like, I just terrible moves. All right.
Yes, let's move before we are discovered. It should take them, well, I'm not gonna lie, this person looks surprisingly like me. Anyway, it should take them a couple of hours before they realize I'm gone, if that's the case. Let's
Then
move.
we shall take our leave.
Yes.
We go over to the cliff, and then I take it he's not in any shape to climb up.
No, I'm not.
Okay, then I'm gonna tie the rope around him and then give it a
Are you going to
2 tugs.
What are you planning on doing here?
We're gonna get you all the way up there. Everyone's distracted by lunch. Go.
And how
Vulcan,
are you?
run.
How are you?
We have members at the top of the cliff. They'll pull you up.
All
Yes.
aboard
Oh,
the Vulcan
oh.
Express.
Oh no.
Just gonna give it a swift. Doof, doof.
Is that just what is that? An athletics?
Yes, it is an athletics check. Surprisingly, this is an athletics check for stealth.
Oh no.
So I'm going to use it. So
Before you do that, Dust, help him.
No, it
Yeah,
isn't.
so
It
it's
is an athletics check. How good you do it is for your stealth, because the faster you pull him up,
Okay.
the less time anyone has for noticing him.
Vulcan,
Choo
we...
choo, motherfucker.
No, Vulcan!
Wait, that's a +7. Oh, we're doing it for every single person, okay?
Yeah, I
Every
can do that.
Okay.
See,
You see, as you tug the rope, he goes, "Wait, someone's gonna pull." Oh, and he suddenly starts slowly being pulled up on the side of the cliff. Like, oh, okay, great. Ow, 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 as he's moving up the slope.
How about you try climb a bit as well?
I
Be
currently
quiet.
have my back on. Ow.
Fine.
Okay.
One fool.
Right, so yeah, pulled him up, I assume. Dust help him over the edge.
Leosin.
Okay, are
I'm
we
gonna
just
chuck the
walk-
rope back down again.
Wait, are we all going up at the top, or are we walking straight out the front door?
As many as I can get up.
Okay.
And say it's a training exercise still.
Okay. I'll attach myself to the rope.
Go!
And same thing again.
Yep, I'm attached to the rope.
I'll
and
I'll
I
walk.
As Leosin makes it up, you hear the voice of one of the of someone calling out to you. Hey, what's happening here? You see a cultist approach you.
Oh, we're going
Well,
to. Oh well, we're pissing here.
Raises an eyebrow. Hold up and to get rid of this smile. All
I've
of
got
you
the rope still up. I haven't chucked it down.
collectively.
yeah.
And
Slowly
he
over-
looks to the rest of you to see if you agree to that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to see?
That's right.
Or rather, do you want to smell?
Make an intimidation check.
I know that this intimidation isn't based on your stats.
You see the cuts go. Go on ahead, and he turns around and leaves.
Alright, I chuck the rope back down, and then whoever wants to tie onto it.
Yep, I'm tying myself to it at the moment.
And then just another athletics check. Spyro.
Yep. I can also climb as well to help with
18.
Oh, but okay. Okay. Yeah, you. How many people still at the bottom with me? Is it just me and?
Yours.
And either Eurus or Aiden, because someone's gonna be taking the rope to get up.
Well, Aiden's going up right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're in yours.
Yep, you managed to climb your way up relatively fast.
Do you want to do it again or not?
Within the span of
So-
imagine 5 seconds.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Yourst.
Yep.
Do you want to
Chuck
go
the
up,
rope back down. Do you want to come back up?
or are we going out the front door?
I think going up is best. Stick together.
Okay, go up. We don't want to run into the rear guard as well, mate.
Yeah, Dust, could you keep a lookout for if anyone's
Honest.
coming? Right. Is you
I'm
tied up?
gonna stay at the bottom, pretending to piss.
There you go.
I'll also have a look at them at the top.
Very well. You're keeping an eye out. You do notice in the distance. You notice in the distance. Are you keeping your eye out where?
Right, I guess more towards the front of the cap, so in this
Why-
direction.
Okay.
And I'm looking like up here for the rear guard in case there's anyone that might see us at the top of the cliff. Looking sort of over into the cliffs or the tree line.
Well, are you staying any more than 8 seconds that it will take for Vulcan to pull up Eurist and
Just go. I will go out the front door.
Once they're up, we're not staying. I don't think.
okay?
No.
As you get up,
Into the
and as Eurist gets up from the cliff edge, and your companion, the blue dragon, will begin to walk away. Dust, you do see that the veterans outside of the tent start to move forward a bit. You continue to leave?
You know what? I'm gonna go get lunch.
Fair enough. Lunch,
Oh, God.
lunch for the day is actually elven bread served with a side of stew. Meat stew.
And revenge.
Venison in specific.
I'm gonna eat that in about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna start walking out the camp. Ocean's 11 style.
You are a freeloader as you're exiting. The rest of you are leaving?
Yep, I'm gonna. I'll help along the. Would it be better for me to help the guy, or would it be better for one of the stealthy people to help him? Do you reckon, people?
I think I need to keep an eye out. You can.
Yeah. I'll help him along. Speed him up a little.
Yeah, Dust, you only saw that the people in the tent were starting to come out, but other than that, you can just leave, yeah.
Just make haste. If
Hey,
the
guys.
Dragonborn will meet us later, I assume.
Alright. You do see that Leosin, as you're exiting, goes, well, you are pretty trained. I suppose my information was not wrong about both of you. He turns to both Aiden and Dust. You really are very capable. I would even say that you are probably experts. Yes, no.
I
We're
was
lucky.
trained well. I can.
Indeed. I have a lot of information to deliver to the governor, Nighthill, regarding the activities of the cult.
Nighthill
We should not waste.
is no longer with us. But yes,
What
this is returned to the keep.
Is he also in the encampment? I didn't see him.
Nighthill engaged in singular combats with their leader, the Blue Dragonborn. He did not survive the encounter, but his actions ensured that others did survive, and we were here to help you today. Must return to the Castellan, Escobert.
Right on.
Yeah, as I'm going back, I'm gonna make sure to take off. Well, once I'm sure I'm clear of the rear guard, I will take off my cloak and put it in my back, so I don't turn up at the front door with a cultist cloak on my back.
Yes.
Wise.
Fair.
As you're moving, he says, I have learned a lot actually about the organization. I think a pair of my Harper veteran here should know too, as well as the rest of you. As we continue, I would like to a moment of your time. I see that you're all very well organized. This was a planned escape attempt. Are you perhaps in a group of people from different factions? And if so, is there perhaps a name I could go to call this group?
Ah.
And I'm not there.
We are a collective that is. Well, we have come together. We have successfully managed to free you. I did not know. The Dusty Boys. I don't know.
Delete this
Dusty boy.
from my memory.
This is not the time for impromptu.
The entourage of Dawnhammer. How about that?
So what?
This we may discuss this later.
Yes.
Right. Well, for now, I'll call you rescuers, and we're gonna talk about this later down on the keep. There is some actually important information for all of us to know.
Do tell.
Not here. We don't have a long time to waste. And you're making your way back at the keep in Greenest.
Yeah.
As you arrive, making your way inside, Leosin will inform you on your way of the things that he's heard that are more relevant to the camp, and not the more core information he learned in there. In particular, Leosin has learned of a few things regarding the way that the cult is operating. in specific. The kobolds that are here, they have a very worshipful attitude towards dragons that makes them easy for their high-ranking officers to manipulate, but they're not well liked or trusted by their higher-ups. He also tells you information that you already know, that hunters are gathering food for the cultists, hired mercenaries. But he also tells you that the cult has been ranging far and wide on small raids to collect treasure. Greenest was the closest target to the camp, and the biggest of all of the towns they've attacked, and the most profitable. There are also prisoners that are used for manual labor in the camp. In the past, a few have been converted into the cult, but most eventually die of overwork and undernourishment. This is one of the easiest way that the cult gets people. And also, he knows that most of them are fed to the drakes you have seen around the camp. He does not know a lot about the cave. He does know that it is off limit by the people who have mentioned it, and he does know it goes by the nursery as a title to it, but he doesn't know anything about it beyond that. He does know one thing, sorry. From most of the kobolds, because he speaks Draconic, he has overheard that someone undergo by the name of Resmir is planning to hatch a brood of dragons in there. Also, the half-blue dragon, Cyanrath, is Mondathis' right hand. He knows that because they have both been talked with him together with the third. He is her bodyguard, and he also knows he has a rigid sense of humor, actually. Like, in his notes, in his head, he's like, yeah, he's a bit rough on the funny side. There is also the half-black dragon, Resmir, who came to the area a few months back to set up camp. Although Mondath handles the operations, she answers to her, to Resmir. He also knows of the cultistic chanting of most of the people go through here. The Mother of Dragons, praise be, she shall return, and all the nation shall tremble before her. He's a bit fed up with that. And of course, he knows that he has been of very special interest to Resmir, though he himself is thinking that this is probably due to the fact that he has been researching into them. And he notes that Resmir probably is cunning. Resmir is the one who has been operating this encampment under her name, taking all the glory, while Mondath does all the work. So he's pretty certain that Resmir probably is the brains of the operation, behind the brains of the operation. And of course, he knows that the plunder is stored somewhere in the camp. Not in a tent, probably. No one really knows from the people who he has listened to how much is there, but he's guessing it's probably all of the coin from their raiding. As you move in to the keep, he says, I have also some more important information to deliver, but first I must send a message to the guild. I will request some sensitive information to be delivered. In the meantime, by all means, you may take your time and rest for the night. Tomorrow we have a very important assignment where we are going to be returning to the camp. I need to inform the governor on it, and I'll give you more details tomorrow. Is that understandable? Thank you.
Very much so.
You are... all of you, I am very, very, very lucky to have met all of you. And hopefully we can deal with this in the morning. I only hope that we are not too early. Rest for the night. As you go to rest, into your rooms in the keep. Each of you sitting down, taking a moment to reflect on everything that you have gone through in the past few days. You look yourselves in the mirror, and you realize you've gotten a bit more skilled, a little bit better at communicating with these people you've actually learned to trust a little bit and put faith on. You level up to level 3.
Hey.
Yay.
Yeah, that's it. This is the session for the day. Wanted to end it on a bit of a good news of level up.
Yeah.
Yay! Returning to the camp. Ooh, I'm sure we'll be on high alert as we go and, I assume, get the dragon eggs.
You're gonna learn
That'd
about
be
that
interesting.
tomorrow. In the meantime, this is the session for Tyranny of Dragons number 3. I hope this was interesting, probably to watch in the future, and I hope that the rest of the players here have had fun today. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. A little bit less combat today. Don't worry, we are going to be remedying that tomorrow, and well, next week.
I'm fine with that. Well.
Anyway, we're going to be finishing it here.